Welcome, everyone. This is your friend, the DN What If, here with another exciting fanfiction. Today, we're diving into the story of what if Deku became the straightforward dramatic teen? If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe for more fanfiction content just like this. Now, let's get started with the fanfic. Hello everybody. My name is Izuku Midoriya, your main protagonist in this story. Well, either that or I get sent to jail for the stupid shit I do. Well, let me describe myself for you so you have an idea of what the hell you should be seeing. When God decided to drop me off on Earth to be babysat by mortals, he decided to make me a cute boy. I have curly green hair with eyes to match, a freckled covered face, and a short, skinny stature. Thankfully, I decided to work out so I can beat up my DMN bullies. Now I have a six-pack with some CC muscles, providing you an all-in-one package of cute and CC, though, the hot is going to be hidden unless I take off my shirt. Sorry, everyone. Maybe soon you will get to swoon over me. God did forget to give me something when he decided to sacrifice me into the wild, however. He forgot to provide me with a quirk. Or maybe he was trying to get rid of me, but that isn't happening anytime soon. A quirk is a superpower that you can have from ripping your eyeballs out of your head to super strength. Heroes came out with quirks. They are supposed to be there to protect the public, even if I have my problems with them. If you have read any superhero story, that is what my world is. Except instead of just Superman having power, 80% of the population has a superpower. I call bullshit on this statistic because I'm the only quirkless person in my school. The other 20% are quirkless like me, meaning we're just there for show as other bodies to be hanging around. I'm willing to bet at least 95% of that 20% quirkless population is elderly, so DMN my life. Natural selection, I guess. There are villains too, but that is kind of expected. Anyway, now back to reality. I'm in class and it's figure out what the hell you want to do in life day. The teacher made the thing only last 5 seconds by saying that everyone wants to be a hero and throwing the papers up. The students agree as they show off their quirks. You can't use your quirks in public, asshats. Hey, don't slump me in with these extras, teach. They will be lucky if they end up as sidekicks in some old torn-down agency. Bakugo Katsuki sneers. Oh yeah, he exists, huh? Minute, I got to explain him, I guess. Bakugo is my bully that I used to refer to as Kaken before discrimination came in and ruined that. You know that a-hole in every anime that the girls either hate or fall in love with for some strange reason. This is your man. Ashy blonde hair, demon red eyes, a nice body, and a salty look on his face always to top it all off. It's honestly surprising that he wants to be a hero when he is just a dipwad to me. Unless you are Endeavor, that sheet don't fly, honey. Before I go on a rant, I will let this keep going. Ah, Bakugo, you're aiming for UAS? It seems Midoriya is too. I swear the teacher is wanting some drama for saying that. I can hear kids starting to gossip while Bakugo is setting off explosions in his hands due to his quirk. Well, time to set the stage, folks. At least I have the ball to try over the rest of you except Bakugo, I say with a smirk. This sparks outrage in the classroom. Bakugo walks over, slamming his hands on my desk and exploding the poor thing. I ask him, "What's up, firework?" The teacher loudly says, "The bell is about to ring, Bakugo." Never mind, the teacher wants me dead. At that note, the bell rings and most students leave, but Bakugo and I. Before looking down at my dead body, I grab my notebook and book bag and make a dash out. I have more important things to worry about than him, and it works on my endurance. Got to look on the positive is what the therapist frequently says, yes? Get back here, Deku. Deku is my nickname that is supposed to mean useless. Mom didn't think my name all the way through, unfortunately, but I still got a bomb but regular name. No, thank you, but I appreciate the exercise. You're a great encouragement, firecracker. Forgot to mention, Bakugo's quirk is explosion. He can basically make explosions in his hands. For some reason, this makes him seem like a blessed man, but all I see is a nuclear bomb about to go off. Thank God for thinking all the way through and only making his hands able to do so. Otherwise, we would have the bomb at the party. I run out of the building, outspeeding him quickly because I focused too much on my physical health. He only has explosions while I have a brain and a CC body that nobody can see unless I'm not wearing a shirt. I come upon a little bridge. I'm running past to work on my calves when this slime villain shows up. A medium-sized meat disguise. That should work. Come here. The villain tries to grab me, but I dodge quickly. I trained for this sheet, after all. I could run, but I don't want to risk anybody's life. I can hope a hero comes, though it seems, based off of his context, that he is already being chased after. Welp, time to put my training into action. I continue to move around, able to hop around without a problem as I have an endless amount of energy. If he is about to grab me, I run the wall to throw him off. Then help has arrived. Do not worry because I am here. Scream some hero, smash. The slime is obliterated. I bet those people on YouTube who make slime videos will be crying at the vast amount of slime lost. Oh well, he tried to kill me. Now on to the hero. I turn around to find myself face to face with All Might, the #1 hero, the symbol of peace. As a fellow addict for hero information, I know too much about the guy. I probably know more about him than the hero does himself. That doesn't mean I'm going to pass out on sight like most fanboys. Are you okay, citizen? All Might asks with his booming voice. The best way to describe him is he looks like Superman with a huge smile. I'm fine, glad you came. I thought I was F'd. I can see All Might looking shocked at the curse. Oh yeah, he is extremely PG, huh? Welp, I will have fun with that. You shouldn't curse. The hero says as he pours out 2 bottles of pop and begins to clean up the slime. I guess I can say to the slime people that at least the slime is staying together? I don't know how else to encourage them. I decided to ask him a question. Do you mind if I ask you a question while you are cleaning up body parts? Go ahead, young. All right then. Izuku. Before you ask, that is my given name, and I could care less what people refer to me as. We have more important things in the world to worry about. Anyway, out of curiosity, do you believe someone quirkless can become a hero? I always ask this question to any hero I come across just to see how people view the world. All Might stops for a moment, having cleaned up the slime before looking at me. No, I don't believe someone quirkless can become a hero. It's simply too dangerous. A simple and straight-to-the-point statement. Alright then. What is interesting is that I have never heard a single hero say yes to the question. Yet, quirkless can be just as capable as someone with a quirk. Just give them a gun or a nuke, and they are automatically more powerful than someone with a quirk. Someone with a quirk can dodge a bullet, but for how long? Anyway, thank you and later. I was about to walk off, but I turn around with a sheet-eating grin on my face. Oh yeah, I'm going to become a hero. I'm quirkless, so I'm doing it to prove you and others wrong. Once that happens, I will give you the appealing middle finger. You better keep your eyes open. Yep, that was threatening enough. I walk off like a bloody bad butt. I'm not kidding. About an hour later, I run across the same DMN slime idiot. Guess All Might didn't screw the top tight enough like the bolts in his brain. I was heading to work when I came across a villain attack. What is interesting isn't the slime dude is back or that he captured Bakugo because karma has been knocking on his door a while. It's that there are 3 heroes on the scene doing nothing. Nothing. Now, I could care less about Bakugo as a friend, but I'm not going to let the idiot die in such a pitiful display if I can do something about it. I know he is going to scream at me for this, but he doesn't deserve the exquisite pleasure of death yet. I understand that you shouldn't approach because the same idiot is causing explosions that could hurt anybody. So what does the frickin' quirkless boy do? I run from the crowd, screaming, "Thy project, look at me. I have some beads I need to throw in to make some crunchy slime." With a remark like that, the villain is bound to look. With a knife in my hand, I always have one on me because I'm a sociopath, I throw it at the slime dude and hit it directly in the eye. The slime screams as it lets go of Bakugo, giving him a few precious seconds to breathe. Bakugo lets off some more explosions, but he gets captured again. Before I consider making the slime blind, All Might comes in screaming, "Detroit Smash," making the idiot go into pieces again. What is interesting is that it rains afterward. I must say that it's an impressive show of power. I can't deny that. I ain't stupid, no matter how much I act stupid. After that drama, I am sat down by the 3 pro heroes that didn't know how to get their heads out of their buttes. That was very dangerous. You could have gotten yourself killed, exclaims a pro hero. Death Arms is his name, I believe, or something like that. Time to crumble the pro hero's mentality. Maybe if you actually did something instead of thinking about who you're going to cheat on your wife with tonight, you wouldn't have 2 lives on the line. You heroes rely too heavily on your quirks. I stand up, walking over to my bloodied knife, picking it up and showing it to them. You see this? Anybody can use one with some practice, and you can buy a whole pack with some forks too and maybe some spoons for your baby food for like $10. Quirks aren't the solution to all your problems. I hope all 3 of you get a mark for your arrogance, especially when the hero over there is praising him for using his quirk illegally, might I add. The same quirk that prevented you from fulfilling your job now. I'm speaking the truth here. Bakugo is getting praised for keeping the heroes away with his explosions while I'm here getting in trouble for legally attacking a villain. They have no laws for the quirkless anyway. I point to the news people before saying, you better be getting this. This needs to be known for all the citizens. They have the right to know. One more thing. I look back on the pro heroes, staring deep into their soul. I'm just an ordinary citizen like everyone else here. Yet, I had to come in and do your job for you. I recommend either fixing your act or quitting your jobs. Good day, everybody. I run off because I'm late to work, dimmin' idiots. I'm hoping the divorce for Death Arms gets written in the newspaper. I will hang that beach on my wall as part of my memorial. I finished work within a couple of hours because it was a short day. Now I'm walking home. Then Bakugo shows up to cause more drama. I didn't need your help. The kid screams. I told you he would scream at me. I will be honest. I have no filter. I might need to later, but I will appreciate it now while I am still cute. I respond, unless you were aiming for a demon to pick you up, you needed help. Now I have a home life to get to. Bye-bye. You shouldn't apply for UA. That is my dream. My dream to be the only kid from this sheet school to get in there. You will die at the entrance exam, so make yourself useful and don't. Alright, so the usual stuff. Anything else? No response. I start to walk off when Bakugo decides to open his mouth again. You know, maybe you should take a swan dive off a roof and hope you get a quirk in your next life. You useless Deku. Time to F him up. I already tried, honey. God said he didn't want me back in his world, and Satan isn't prepared for my butt. Also, we might as well be back in the old days of America when racism was a thing because that is what is happening here. I guess Japan has to have its time. Might as well make it with quirks. I wonder if segregation will come up again? I'm getting off track. See you at the exam, dipshit. I say as I run off before Bakugo runs after me. 5 minutes, I run across another man. Do not worry, I am Dash. It's interrupted by hacking. I look to find All Might, but as he was screaming his demon catchphrase, he transformed into a skeleton. I would say I am dramatizing, but I'm not. All Might is the skinniest man I have seen, and I can say that because he is thinner than me. It just looks sad. Then the BLD down his mouth doesn't help. I was right about the 3-hour time limit. Point for me. Now, do I need to call 911? All Might looks at me, surprised. I know a lot of sheet, dude. No. I'm fine. You have BLD on your face. I think we have different definitions, sir. All Might excuses himself, wiping the BLD off. Well, I'm here to offer you something. Izuku, you can become a hero. I'm willing to give you my quirk. I already don't like where this is going as he continues to ramble. My quirk is called One for All. It allows me to stockpile power and pass it to the next person. I would like you to be my successor for One for All. This will not be easy, but you have it in you. The heart of a hero. Izuku, will you accept my power? Okay, I get this is almost like a marriage proposal, and you're supposed to take this seriously. Obviously, I cannot. You know that one beach in the friend group that starts shitty drama, leaves, and then randomly comes back to start supporting you again? This is the definition of what All Might is doing. Let me get this straight. With your quirk, I can become a hero, but without one, I'm F-ed. I ask. This makes All Might rewind. Would you like my quirk? Trying to avoid the question All Might? No. No. Okay, I get it. I'm supposed to respect my elders. My mom tried to force that down my throat. It hardly worked. All Might did disrespect me first, though, therefore, I have the right to go back at him. I did feel sorry when he started coughing BLD. I have some sympathy. Like, I have 1% sympathy for him. Excuse me? All Might asks, struggling to accept the truth. My previous statement is, I am going to become a hero without a quirk just so I can show the middle finger to all the heroes who said otherwise, including you. It's possible. Just watch, All Might. I walk past him. I wish you luck, young Izuku. Geez, he made himself sound so old with the young part. Hey, Mom. I enter the apartment. It's a simple apartment with all the rooms a regular place should have, including my bedroom. Mom responds, in here, Izuku. She is in the kitchen. I go into the kitchen, seeing my favorite dish on the dining table. Katsudon. Oh Jesus, thank you for your blessing. I'm glad someone feels sorry for me because your father certainly did not. It looks great, Mom dearest. I say, giving her a side hug while pulling out plates. We sit down to it. Little praying, not that it works for me, and eat. While we are eating, I would like to describe Mom. Otherwise, you won't understand me all the way. My mom is one of those really protective moms, where they will try to limit you as much as possible. This leads to Mom believing my quirklessness is a disability. She tries to treat me carefully and I hate it. There is a reason I'm a rebellious teenager. Mom wants to support my dreams, but she doesn't want me in danger. That includes her not wanting me to be a hero. I love her a whole bunch, but Timon. She is one of the main reasons I'm going to be a hero so I can prove her wrong. Being quirkless is not a disability. If anything, I bet I can beat a majority of the kids with quirks at my school, and I have. I got to practice fighting somewhere. Mom looks at me with a worried look before saying, so I saw you on television. God, want to pick me up now? Okay then. I get it's her job to worry, but come on. And? I know that nobody was doing anything, but All Might was coming. You have to wait. Sweetheart, what you did was dangerous. Technically, life is dangerous always. I'm just knocking at death's door every time I walk by because I think he is lonely. If you ever need to get out of trouble, do comedy. It might work 5% of the time. It didn't work this time because she is glaring at me. No, leaving the house for the weekend, and you're giving me your phone, a minute. I hand over my phone, say goodnight to Mom, and attempt to go to bed. Okay, let's be honest. That hella isn't going to happen. I was born with the ability of rarely needing sleep much to the dismay of Mom. At midnight, I made sure Mom was sleeping and climbed out the window. Oddly enough, even though my mom is overprotective like a bear, she has never caught a lot of the things I have done. Don't ask me how. She just has not. It's not like I hide it either. We can't be salty about that. If she did catch me, I would be even dead. Back to reality, I'm at Dagoba Beach, or, to anyone else, the dumping grounds. I heard it used to be appealing, but then it went to shit literally when garbage started appearing. You would think the government would get to cleaning it, but no, lazy DS, welp, someone has to do it. It's almost impressive what you find in the place. You can recover from broken mirrors to full-blown trucks on this appealing beach. I decided to take it upon myself to start cleaning it because I have nothing else to do. Well, besides sleeping, but I can't, so F it. I'm cleaning smaller things at the moment, so I don't destroy my shoes so quickly. However, I'm also looking for metal and any electronic items like wires. My creative habit would get expensive with new, so might as well recycle this sheet. I'm specifically looking for parts for that truck previously mentioned because I seriously want to get that thing running, but that is a low chance. Maybe. I will find a way. There are actual reasons for me to clean up the beach. The first, and should be the main reason, is the build muscle. Yes, I have muscle, but I want more. The second, that is, the main reason is so I can bring my date here and say, you know, I cleaned this beach up, babe. And the rest is history. Too bad no one is willing to date me, so that dream will never happen. Oh, the agony. The sheet. I was picking up a piece of plastic when I have to skid to the side, looking to find that stupid scarf. I seem to find Eraserhead, or what I call him, Showdown. We know our given names only because If he knew my family name, I could be arrested and prosecuted more likely. Good to know you're not drunk? Showdown grunts, walking over to me. Have some compassion, will ya? I haven't drank for like 2 months or something. I'm not an alcoholic either. Side note, I checked, and it has been 3 soha. Yes, I did drink because I live life to the fullest. Showdown reaches over to slap me, showing red eyes and raised hair only for scaring me. I swear to God I'm serious. His quirk erases emitter and transformation quirks so that he can do sheet quirkwise. I know he knows that I'm quirkless. Back to discussion. Shut up. It's midnight in case you can't see that, problem child. What are you even doing here? He growls. Cleaning the beach so I can build a strip club. Hold up a minute, that might be the smartest thing to come out of my mouth. I might actually try that. Want to become STRPR? You have a nice body for it. This almost earns a punch in the stomach if it was not for the fact I dodge. Too bad now we are in a fight. Showdown is a challenge. I am offended. However, I'm willing to give him a problem. I use the garbage to my advantage to reflect his scarf, and God is he said. I manage to avoid him for 10 minutes before he finally manages to grab me with his scarf, pulling me towards him with a glare. Eraserhead punches me in the stomach, and I bite my tongue before he lets go. I crumble to the ground from pain. I give him credit because it shut me up. Thanks for the warm-up. You're getting better since you stopped indulging yourself. Why can't you go against actual villains? There are none around. Excuses. I get a fruit pouch thrown at me. Just eat, brat. Beach, I have a name. Want to head to the police station? I escaped last time. That part is true. Showdown brought me to the police station when we first met because I was out drunk. Apparently. I'm still smart even when I am drunk because I escaped. That happened a couple of years. Good memories. Too bad I don't remember it. They have not gotten me since because I was wearing a mask that they didn't remove it at the time, and they were trying to figure out my name still. I don't know why I was wearing a mask, but bless my drunk self for being smart. I only know the whole situation because Showdown told me. Izuku, just eat. We will complain about our problems afterward. Showdown grumbles as he pulls out his juice pouch to eat. Thank you, Showdown, I say, calmly for once in my demon life, and eat the stupid pouch. Showdown and I's relationship is interesting. Like I said before, the first time we met, I was drunk. Obviously, that means I remember sheet. Let's go over the first time I remember meeting him. Down memory lane about 6 months earlier or something. After our first meeting, we didn't see each other for a few months. It wasn't like we were looking for each other anyway. Why would I look for someone who sent me to jail? Not that I knew at the time. Back on track, I was out late at night because I got myself into trouble for something I forgot, so I got out. I was looking through an electronics store garbage can for parts for a project I was working on at the time. I get out of the trash can with a small keyboard perfect for my project, and I was checking it out when I heard a shoe scrape the pavement. I turn around and see Eraserhead. Remember, I don't know his actual name at the time. I automatically recognize him because I do respect the man and his work. I decide for once in my life to attempt to be polite. Hello, may I ask why you are creepily waiting for me like that? Okay, maybe it could use some work. I'm wondering why a kid is digging through the garbage can, Eraserhead says, and I can tell he is trying to be cautious. Hey, I could be a short adult for all you know. Prove it? Okay, I can do that. I do possibly the stupidest thing anyone can do. I pull out a pack of cigarettes, light one up, and start smoking it while having a casual body style, all in front of a pro hero. Reward for being an idiot goes to me, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you. Eraserhead sighs, walking over and taking the pack and the cigarette in my mouth, stomping it out. I was proving myself, dickwit. Smoking is not the way to do it, kid. Or drinking. I know you are the same kid from a few months back. Come on, let's go chat somewhere. Honestly, I have learned not to question my past self at that point. I do what you should do when a stranger/pro hero tries to take you somewhere, ignoring the fact he recognizes me. You're not my dad. I scream as I run off with the keyboard still in my hand. Too bad, I was caught immediately after due to the slowdown from everything with his stupid scarf. Eraserhead drags me on the roof before letting me go and sitting down. He looks at me. Sit down or go to the police, your choice. I can be stupid, but I'm a mostly logical person, believe it or not. No way am I able to outrun this guy or the police a second time. I sit down beside him. You know this is very suspicious, yes? Especially when one of us looks like a hobo? Eraserhead does indeed look like a homeless man. Stubble, greasy long black hair and rugged clothes all lead to that direction. Eraserhead glares at me. Why do you think I chose the roof? Okay, I can give him props for that. Now, would you like to answer my question about you were in a trash can? That pretty easy. I was looking for parts for my project. What kind of project requires that small of a keyboard? I get where he is coming from. It's just barely larger than my hand. World's smallest portable computer. Eraserhead looks at me with the strangest look. Seriously? Yes. Okay, maybe he is undermining my intelligence due to the fact I can seem pretty stupid a majority of the time. Alright then. Why the drinking and smoking habits? Those are not habits. Those are hobbies. There is a difference. Asking God to give me a quirk is a habit and is never going to happen. I snapped out of that phase at least when I was 6. Drinking and smoking are hobbies because they are possible and due to rebellious reasons. Kid, you're going to destroy yourself. I already tried. God said, stay down there, and Satan will not even look me in the eye. That is dark. That is where my comedy comes from with a little bit of trash mixed into it. Eraserhead sighs. I can tell he is getting frustrated with me. How about a deal? Do I want to make a deal with you? Sure you do. You complain about your problems, and I will complain about mine. We can be the new gossip sisters. If that makes you open up, fine. What is your name? Izuku? And give a name only so I guarantee I won't get arrested. Shuda. And that is how we became besties. Now back to the present. Present time. This is going to sound weird, but I'm the closest to Shuda. He is like the father, more of a brother, but doesn't work in this case so father. That didn't leave me when I was declared quirkless. He was the one who convinced me to stop drinking and smoking somehow. Okay, that part might be because he is my favorite. We merely talk about our problems. This is usually on nights when they are slow, like tonight. If there aren't quiet nights, he will find me on his free nights for some reason. I tried to convince him otherwise, but he is too stubborn. He is the only man I continuously worry about because he is always tired. If he were like me, I would get it. However, he isn't. How about your day, problem child? Shuda asks. He just finished complaining about Present Mike. Present Mike gets the award alongside me for most complained about man. It's almost impressive, though I know there is more to it because Drama Queen here always thinks there is more. Let's see. I ran across a slimy villain who wanted my butt to turn himself into crunchy slime. Thankfully, all Mike came in before I went tired. While he was cleaning up body parts, I asked him my signature question, and he said no, of course. Then I find the same slime villain escaped somehow, and he caught my bully, so I stabbed his eye out. I smack-talked 3 pro heroes on live television because they didn't help the idiot because they could not use their quirks. I went to work, came back, and the bully basically told me to commit suicide. Oh, and All Might tried to take back his previous statement, but he can go F himself. Shuda looks at me. You can't be this laid back about someone telling you that. Is that all you got from the conversation? I got you had a sheet day. Though I have a question. What is your signature question? Did I never ask you? Ask me what? If a quirkless person could become a hero? No. Shuda is quiet for a moment. Now you have been asked. I ask every hero that question out of curiosity. I sigh. I thought for sure I asked him. Guess not. In IT, I'm losing memory, and I'm becoming old. I give Shuda a minute, and he seems to take the longest to answer the question. If they put enough work into it, yes. I stop, Shuda quickly noticing as he looks at me. Kid, are you okay? I nod before responding. That is the first time I ever got a yes to that question. Seriously? I nod. He looks frustrated. People are arrogant, Shuda. I know, but I fight quirkless. I just take away their quirk, and that doesn't work on mutant types. No wonder the quirkless suicide rate is so high, especially with what you already go through. Shuda seems sad. Shuda? Izuku, promise me something? If you want me to promise you never to drink, that is most likely not going to happen. That isn't it, though I wish you would do that. I want you to promise you that if you feel like doing it, you will wait for me to talk about it. Got it? I wasn't planning on it. God discarded me here for a reason. It's jokes like that that make me worry, Izuku. Oh, you should get back to work. I don't want you to get in trouble. I will see you soon, promise. I need a male asa after all. Showdown can only groan at that comment. Take it as a compliment. At least you know your backup job. Showdown only shakes his head before leaving, done with my sheet. I will be honest. I can't stop but feel confident. Don't ask me to explain my feelings. I have flipping Eraserhead in my corner. He isn't a man you should mess with, so I am willing to take him any day. Let me spill some tea, darling. Alright, it has been 10 months since that meeting. Believe it or not, it encouraged me to work harder. Does that mean Showdown knows of my dream? Hell no. I'm going to surprise him because I know he is a teacher at the school I'm trying for. UA is the top hero school in Japan. So far, no quirkless person has entered the school yet, but that will change soon. It's primarily known for having pro heroes as teachers, an example being our man Eraserhead. It's no wonder he never gets sleep. I hope to force him to change that. He is the only man I know who deserves it at the moment. The beach is clean now, but I don't have a girl. I hang there to exercise or work on some inventions. I will say it's appealing. It's good to know I accomplished something before I died of stupidity. Yes. I still rather have the girl like every prince in the Disney movies. Oh, final update before we get to the present day. I have not smoked or drank for a year. Somehow, I will be honest, it slipped over me when the date come. I only recognized it after Showdown pointed it out. Timed baby. 2 or 3 months ago. Do not expect me to remember the dates. It was late at night and I was on the beach enjoying the I was set off at life because of, well, life. Mom got salty with me because she realized that I signed up for UA without telling her. Yeah, you probably should tell your mother these kinds of things. Oh, and Bakugo isn't but like always. Overall, a rough day that day. I wasn't paying attention when I roll across the sand to avoid that DMN scarf that has been in my life for a couple of years now. I will be honest. I'm surprised I even knew it was there, let alone dodge. Guess my instincts are that much better. Showdown comes over and sits beside me as I sit up. How you doing, problem child? Is. Hell, but oh well. Better on your side? I reply. I'm surprised you aren't in a good mood because I am. Did he finally get a hold of some good heroin? Because he looks like he needs it. I'm sorry, but he always seems high to me. Of course you are. For you. It's rewind time. That meme is probably in the wrong spot, but oh well. What? Did you seriously lose track? DMN problem, kid. Anyway, you have been clean for a year, right? The whole world stopped spinning for a moment. Seriously, it took me a minute to process. Then, the biggest smile comes across my face. Yes, a genuine FING smile. Grab your cameras because it's possible. I can't believe it. I have been cleaned of the mini demons in my BLD. I laugh like a sociopath. I turn to face Showdown, and he has a rare smile on his face. Seriously, this makes him happy? I get my comedy is CRP, but Dimin. He does not even slap me. Hey, Showdown? What kid? Thank you. He looks at me in surprise. I don't know if it because I'm saying thank you or that I'm actually being polite. You know your personality is trash if you have to think of what the shock is from. Which nice part? Izuku, you did this for yourself. I just supported you. I'm going to be honest with you, Showdown. If it were not for you, I would never have stopped. Okay, that might be overdramatic, maybe. I seriously don't know. Maybe Mom would find out eventually? Or the cops can actually hold me. Either way, I'm not going to hop into a time machine and find out, though. Seriously? I nod. I don't think you realize how much I respect you. It's Shuda's turn to be quiet. Then he smiles. You really need to be complimented more often. You deserve it. With a smirk, he reaches over and hugs me tightly. I try to resist, but this dickwad will not let me go, so I hug back until he is content and lets me go. Quickly after, I use Germex because I'm a clean freak. I have no idea what he has been doing. I will probably wash and bleach when I get home anyway. Good job, Kit. Thank you, but I think the hug is unnecessary. You're going to ruin our FING street cred? Language. Your street cred has been ruined with your attitude. I just have to get rid of a student to gain mine back? Yeah, Showdown gets rid of a lot of students. Screw you. You know you like a hug. Like I would FNG tell you if I do or not. I was in a much better mood the next day. Okay, now back to present day. Day of UA entrance exam. Now that everybody is updated, let us head to UA. Am I nervous? I already avoided a punch from Bakugo, the asshat. I'm pretty confident in my abilities. Mom looked reluctant when I was leaving, but I give her credit because she told me good luck. I know she isn't comfortable with this, but I'm glad she is letting me do this. I did make sure to approve of a couple of things, thus why I have a backpack and some fancy booties on my feet. In the bag, it has my world's smallest laptop, I got that officially said as that for your knowledge, a knife, and a screwdriver. I have no idea what the exam is, but I have to use what I am best at: technology and knives. UA is modern, so there has to be some technology that I can hack and take over. The blade is if we are going against actual people in the physical exam. Hopefully, no one dies there. The booties I made especially for quick movement. These aren't your ordinary booties though. Have you ever wanted to roll away from your problems? I always do. Now you can with these booties. You can literally roll away from your problems, or, in my case, roll towards them. They go up to an illegal 40 miles per hour, 64 kilometers per hour, leading me away from all these insanely strong people straight to the back of the schoolyard to take the beaches there. Either way, I'm going to have a blast. Alright then. Moving on. The first test is an academics test. This tests your knowledge in science, writing, math, anything of that sort. Too bad, it was FND easy. The only problem I had is that it takes forever for the other students to be done, so I was doing a little jig in my seat because I'm way too FING hyper. Sure, I could be checking my answers, but I know if I go back and change some, I am just screwing with myself. I have to go with my gut feeling. We get a lunch break and now on to the fun part. The physical exams. The exams where I can run out this extra energy. We head to a massive room with a stage, and I head to my seat only to find I am sitting next to Bakugo. Goddammit, Christ. Deku, what are you still doing here? He grumbles as he sits next to me. On your best behavior? Normally you would burn me at this point. Anywho, I'm here for a show is all. Bakugo surprisingly shuts up as everyone comes in. Then, my goddamn spirit animal enters the stage. Hello listeners, and welcome to the UA physical exams. Let me hear ya. Present Mike screams. Yeah. I scream for my spirit animal only to find no one else responded. Y'all are petty. You don't leave the poor man hanging. I get everyone is nervous, but that is just DMN disrespectful. That is a ton coming from me. Don't worry, Present Mike, I got you covered. Even if I'm not as loud as you, I will find ways to support you. My voice did echo, so I'm impressed with myself. Thank you, examine hashtag, I'm not going to put my number because I didn't bother to remember it, for the cover. Present Mike says, and I give him a thumbs up. He goes on to continue explaining the directions. Bakugo is glaring knives at me as he speaks. The overall basics of the exercise is that we are fighting robots for 10 minutes. Each robot is worth 1, 2, or 3 points. That is easier than I expected, but it's also a lousy test design. This test would mainly be for anyone who can destroy sheet, and that is it. Sure, there are buttons to disable a robot, but you have to be fantastic at stealth at 15 years old or something of that range. Overall, this test is for anyone except destroyers like Bakugo and maybe someone invisible. In the middle of the explanation, some asshat decides to interrupt Present Mike. He does raise his hand, but he doesn't wait to be called on. Sir, you stated there were 3 bots on the exam, yet there is 4 on the paper. If this is a mistake, that is highly unprofessional of UA. The boy with blue hair continues complaining, but I have a life. I rather not waste any minutes of my life with this idiot. Those precious minutes could be used to take over the world. I cut off blue hair. Dude, he has not finished explaining the directions, yet you go interrupting him before he even finished. Present Mike is probably saving it for later, but it's going to be explained. I look at him with a dark look in my eyes. I highly recommend you shut up and sit down before you piss me off more and let Present Mike finish. Even I, with lack of manners, know better than to do this bull. I frightened him enough to make him sit down before Present Mike continues. At me, and I can tell we have already made a connection. Shuda is going to die, but he doesn't know it yet. Thank you examine #bullshit dude for your question. However, the listener is correct that I'm about to explain it. The fourth bot is worth 0 points. Now that the directions are over, can I get a plus ultra? Present Mike yells to the crowd. Of course, I'm still the only one that responds back. As everyone is leaving, I remain seated, so I don't get squashed. When a majority is out, I hip-hoppity last. As I was going, I feel a hand on my shoulder and I turn around and see Present Mike. He waits for the students to be a little ways away before speaking. Thanks for all the help, little listener. I hate when students do that. However, I was wondering if you felt a certain connection? Present Mike asks. Oh my gosh, he gets that feeling too. That is one of many gay things you will read. Holy shit, so it was not just me. Oh my gosh. We high-five. Nobody else will get it but us and certain other people. I was wondering, why do you look familiar? Has Eraserhead talked about me? I have no idea what he goes by here, so his hero name will have to do. You're Izuku? I finally get to meet his secret child. I burst out laughing alongside Present Mike as I nod. You can call me Hisashi then since you go by given names. Please pass so we can rule the world with trouble. Will do. Later, Hisashi. Oh, and don't tell Shoyuta I'm here. He doesn't even know I want to be a hero, let alone this. No problem. I will be watching you. Too bad, I can't see Shuda's reaction. Good luck. I run off, waving to Hisashi. My god, if I get in, the world is screwed. A genius with the loudest man in the world who have a connection that acts like plus ultra gay boys. Sorry world. We are on the training grounds. While everything is being set up, I'm making sure everything is ready. I pick up the fact that it is a city, meaning I have some advantages. I have the backpack secure on my back, and my booties are in shape. I actually hung back just so I can zoom through the crowd like a badass. They're going to think I'm ingenium. Then, the dude who interrupted Present Mike earlier comes over. Excuse me, you are not supposed to have items for this exam. The blue-haired dude chops the air like an insane person, but I step back, holding up papers. Dude, I have these approved by the principal. Anything else you would like to complain about? You are supposed to be using your quirk to show what you can do with it. No, you're supposed to be showing what the hell a hero can do. Before the blue-hair boy can speak again, he gets cut off by Present Mike. And go. The gates open, and without a second thought, I turn on my booties and zoomy through the still opening gate. Oh yeah, I flipped him off while I was zooming away. Everyone is still standing, no reaction. Move demonited. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster faster. Okay, I will shut up. I have a plan for once in my belittled life. I zoom to find the far side of the city until I find a three-pointer. Exactly what I need. I zoomy over, too fast to be picked up by the robot, press the button to shut it down, and it crashes. Perfect. I turn off the booties and run up behind the robot. I pull out my screwdriver, using it to open the back panel. Jesus Christ, that this complicated. This should only take about 5 minutes, though. I pull out my laptop and connect it to the board before starting to do some coding. I only seen this coding one other time, when I hacked into the government to see what they are doing, and it is supposed to be impossible to hack. Liars. Time to show what I am made of. It took me a tiny bit more time. Still, I'm initiating the shutdown sequence to every robot here, so that is expected. The strong part is I had to find a way to reach all the robots. Thankfully, there was a code I recycled that let robots communicate with each other, so they don't accidentally ram into each other. Hopefully this works. Otherwise, this was pointless and I will actually have to do some quick work. I turn on the code. I watch a robot in the distance and suddenly, it shut down. I smirk. All the robots should be shut down by now before I get up. I grab my things, remember where the robot is before I turn on my boots and zoom off. I can see all the kids panicking, but I can't help but chuckle. All points have been taken out. Please head out of the arena. I can hear Present Mike announce. That means there is a limited number of points per arena. Interesting. I wander around, making sure everyone is leaving before I find some students running. There is still one type of bot activated. The 0-pointers must go by a completely different coding system than the rest, but I can't help but wonder why. I make sure everyone is running until I find a girl trapped in front of the one that is still moving. All the other pussies are running. I zoom next to her. Can you move? The girl shakes her head. I'm going to have to rely on strength here. I estimate I have a minute to do this. I quickly remove the rocks. Please tell me you aren't one of those crazy feminists. I am not. The girl responds. I lift the girl up bridal style and zoom me out of there, cutting it through alleyways. Thank God I decided to remain in shape. Wow, you are strong. I'm Uraraka, by the way. Good to know I impressed somebody. Izuku, bad way of meeting, but maybe we can be friends later. I efficiently arrive at the gate. I carry her over to Recovery Girl to get her healed. I see all the kids watching, but they can go F themselves with a spiky deet right now. Recovery Girl quickly heals Uraraka while discussing to her that she should be more careful. I notice the pads on the tips of her fingers, assuming it is part of her quirk. Thanks for the help. Can I have your number so we can talk again, please? Uraraka asks. I think she might possibly be the first girl nice to me besides my own mother. Sure thing. You need me to walk you home or anything? I ask while giving her the number. Nah, I'm good. Thank you for the offer. See you later, Izuku. Uraraka says as she runs off. Today is actually a good day. Showdown, on the other hand, is not having a good day. Actually, exam days are never a good day. Showdown is in the camera room to watch students and decide if they are worth having or not, even if it doesn't scrap all the students that shouldn't be heroes. When the test first started, he noticed only one boy went through the gate without being told, but he doesn't pay much mind to it. He can appreciate a kid with quick reflexes. To be honest, he forgot about him. Then all the robots shut down. At first, Showdown thought there was an error in the system, but later it revealed it was a boy who did it. Oh my, he managed to shut down all the robots, even the ones not on the field. The principal of UA excitedly exclaims. Nizu is a dog, rat, bear thing just for everyone to imagine. The cameras move to show the boy with fluffy green hair with a dismantled bot. Izuku. Showdown didn't know he wanted to be a hero, let alone take the test. Does what he did surprise him? He is excellent at acting stupid, but he is smart. What does surprise him is the little stick figure of All Might beside him starts hacking up BLD. Do you recognize him, Yagi? Nizu asks, curious. Showdown had to sit up for this. Yagi looks uncomfortable before nodding. Yes, he helped me with the slime villain both times. He managed to keep the slime in one place, waiting for a hero to show up to take it down. He then asked if I believe a quirkless can become a hero, and I said no. Everyone in the room goes quiet as he continues. Later, I found him, and I must say his language is quite vulgar with a dark sense of humor. But he said he was going to become a hero so that he can flip off every hero that said he can't. Showdown shakes his head. That sounds like Izuku. However, he can't help but feel angry at All Might, the #1 hero, for saying that. Nizu looks at Showdown. You know him too? Showdown nods. I'm close to him. When I first found him, he was drunk because he did drink and smoke at the time. I took him to the police station, and he managed to escape. A few months later, I found him again. I managed to get him clean for a year. He can last a while with me without drags in his system because he is quick as you saw. I didn't know he was going to do this, but I'm not surprised. He is probably trying to surprise me. All I ask is that you keep him from Namuri and Hisashi, or those three will turn this school into hell. Nizu got the wrong message. Sounds like fun. He is going to be an interesting student to have. Let us see. Nizu pulls up Izuku's files. Midoriya Izuku causes trouble constantly, but is a genius at acting stupid. He is quirkless. There isn't much here. I will have to ask Midoriya himself. I say he earned his right here. Principal Nizu, sir? Skinny All Might asks. Yes? Are you sure we should let him in? May I ask your concerns, All Might? Well, he is quirkless. It's even told that he does have addiction problems. Shuda has to bite his tongue. He will have to tell Izuku this later. Nizu thinks for a moment before responding. We are here to help students become better people. He has been clean for a year, so he is obviously trying to get better. If he ends up causing trouble, I will send him to the support department as he has a fantastic knack for making what he needs. However, I deny that it will happen. He broke the exam. He deserves in on just that alone. All Might sighs before nodding in agreement. Shuda has a feeling there will be another argument on this later. However, for now, he can say he is proud of Izuku for managing to do so well even if he got to the principal's eye. He should be okay with how he is. It has been 2 weeks since the UA exam, and I can say I have done nothing useful. Because I have been trapped in this F-house for 2 weeks. Mom decided she needed to punish me for not telling her I was going to take the exam. She decided to wait till now when I don't leave the house as much to do so. I have been trying to be a good boy. Heck, I haven't even made night trips. Jesus, for how polite she is, she sure knows where to aim with her punishments. I guess you have to when you have to deal with my but 24/ anyway. I go to check the mail because I need out of that prison, and I find I have a letter from UA. I quickly run inside, giving the rest of the mail to Mom before I head to my room. I sit at my desk, taking a deep breath as I open it. A little disc comes out of the letter, and a projection opens up. I am here, screams All Might through the effing thing. Where is the volume button? I look everywhere, ignoring All Might before finding there is not one. Damn it. Thank God it's daytime. The neighbors would be screaming otherwise. Time to hear what copied Superman has to say. Young Midoriya, you have passed the academic portion with flying colors. In fact, with a perfect score. Yes, I'm actually smart. I just pretend to be dumb because they are more likely to steal an intelligent person over a foolish person. As for your physical exam, you also passed that with flying colors with the highest score the school has even seen with 286 points. Welcome to Class 1A and your Hero Academia. The projection automatically shuts itself off. That is a bunch of points, but I figured out through the programming that there is a total of 500 points available for all the students to collect. We can care less about that. Right now, I made it. And I beat Bakugo's but 2. Well, time to tell Mom. I head out to find Mom at the table, looking at me expectantly. I made it, I say. You should have seen the shock on my mother's face. She goes over to give me a tight hug. Good job, sweetie. She has nothing against it, at least. I think she knows I will do this anyway. Mom, I know you are against this. I thank you for not telling me not to do it, though. I need to do this for the next generations. I say for once serious in my DMN life. I understand, sweetheart. You are aware you have to prove yourself more than others, right? I'm fully aware, Mom. I'm aware there is nothing I can do to stop you. I want you to be aware of the risk. I am. Just be aware that there are other things out there to do. I take a deep breath, feeling the angry bubbling within me. I shouldn't get mad about this. Mom, I am aware. You don't have to keep repeating it to me. I know. I just thought I worry. You know it's a mother's job to worry. I sigh but nod. I love you, but at least try to trust me, please. I will. I expect it will take some trying times, but we will make it. It's night time, and I decided to sneak out because the house is suffocating me. I can't sit still or sleep anyway. It's about midnight, so the stars are sparkling above me. Oh yeah, I'm at the beach again. Anywho, I decide to text you Rarika because it's not that late, right? Me, hey, sweetheart, how is life? Gravity girl, why do you have to flirt with me? It is embarrassing. Alright, so maybe I do that on purpose because she is cute and has a personality. Me, I cannot flirt in the real world. It ends up being offensive one way or another apparently. Gravity girl, well, I am great. I got into the hero course. Class 1 are you? Me, same, that means we have a class together that I can tease you in. Gravity girl, that is rude, Izuku. Me, it is only rude if the person I am teasing is a dipwad. I actually am trying to be appropriate here. Yes, shoot me. Gravity girl, that is not very nice. Me, trust me, you will change, you poor innocent soul, soon. Especially if you are in class with me. Gravity girl, I hope not. Anyway, it is bedtime. Good night, Izuku. Me, good night. Beach, it's only midnight. Don't normal teenagers stay up till 2 or some shit? I guess I can't blame her. A girl needs her beauty sleep, especially if she is on her once a month. I can respect a woman for bleeding for a week once a month, so I'm willing to help out there. No need to be embarrassed. Actually, I'm surprised I didn't cause too much trouble in that little chat. It helped a little bit to keep me busy, but thinking about the earlier conversation has me thinking of ways it could have gone. I'm just glad I didn't get angry. I'm considering starting my drinking addiction again heavily. Okay, it was not an addiction, but I still want to drink. It slowed me down before, so I wasn't bouncing off the walls, and I could sleep a couple hours if I'm lucky. I can't, however. Not now. Not after all the bullshit I went through to get off. I was too far into my head when I sense a scarf coming near me. Unlike normal, I grab it and pull it towards me. It takes me a moment to realize who it is. Showdown recovers quickly as he walks over, noticing my mood very quickly. What kind of hell did you crawl out of? He asked. What are you talking about? I'm in it now. The truth. You got the letter from UA, right? I nod. You know you get accepted, correct? Once again I nod. What is wrong? Just some complications with my mom. Showdown looks at me, surprised. I never talk about her because she isn't a bad mom. She deals with me for F's sakes. That takes a whole bunch of invisible ball. I can wish for a better relationship like every other person. However, I guess then another problem would appear because the world is too complicated. You never talked about your mom. She's a good mom. We just disagree in places. For example, she doesn't fully support my dream of becoming a hero, but she is trying. That seems to pique his interest. Why? Quirkless. She is a bit protective of me because of how I am. It doesn't help that she is a single woman, so she is one of those helicopter moms. Can you blame her for what you do? I couldn't if she knew. Somehow, this seems to get Showdown to fully face me. Are you telling me that she doesn't know any of this? Why would she? I'm an overwhelming kid. She has learned to trust me on certain things. Isn't this taking advantage of her trust? That's a bullet to my heart. I never thought of it that way. I may be able to win a battle, but I'm shit at this. Oh yeah, probably. Sounds like something I would do. Better to be honest. Are you aware that you are doing such? Trying to make me out as a sociopath? You're probably right, Showdown. Kinda? I mean, we both know how bad I am at the shit. I guess this is for my own sanity. Isn't this where your brain compensates for your stupidity in social interaction? No, I still SCK. I have to be flawed somewhere, or I would be the OP character. What? Oh shit, I need some Flex Seal to fix that. New topic, I don't want to talk about this. Showdown just shakes his head. So Midoriya? Yeah, I expected him to bring this up. He now has my family name. Sure, I already knew his through some suspicious sheet, but he doesn't know that. Too bad for him because I have a connection also. Yeah, I already knew you were going to find out. But I have a much worse fate for you. Showdown looks curious. What kid? I met Hisashi. Showdown suddenly stiffens. You did not. Beach, yes I did. We had a connection and everything. He even told me to pass so we can cause a ruckus to the place and make this world crumble. God damn it, Izuku. Please reconsider before you get yourself and Hisashi in jail. Showdown begs. Oh my gosh, this is appealing. Nope. Unless you become the male SFR to my SFR club. Showdown shakes his head, getting up and starting to head toward the water. I get up and grab him by the waist, lifting him up and carrying him back to sand. How the hell can you lift me, kid? He asks, starting to make a fuss. I work out. I'm not just smart, you know. I set him down, him glaring at me before punching me in the stomach. And that hurts. I flip him off before sitting beside him again. Yeah. I'm surprised you have actual smarts. You literally broke the exam. Showdown complains, it had required more thinking of who to let in since not all the test takers had the full time. Y'all's fault for making it too easy and screwed up. Seriously, only my bully and invisible people can make it through. Oh my god, someone gets me. How about we both complain to Nizu? You can do that on your own. I am not facing the bear. Wait, Nizu is the rat? My principal is a rat. Yuta chuckles at my expression. Yes. Now, are you going home tonight? Eventually. I'm going to enjoy chilling on this beach here. Nice weather. Might go for a swim to let off some steam. Unless you want to get arrested, you can come to my place for tonight. Silence fills the whole beach. All you can hear are the waves. I then get up. I appreciate the offer. However, I don't need to get caught. Besides, I really don't want to see your house with how you walk around. I state. I have standards here. If you clean, I will let you stay whenever you want until I get a date unless they approve of you, Yuta responds. At least I have a place to stay now. I deny you're getting a date anytime soon. Teachers don't make enough money. No offense. I am a pro hero too. And I am not finished. You also don't act or look like a man. You look like a hobo, and a whole mess men are going to have to clean up. Who said I was into men? I may secretly have the ability to tell who is gay for some reason. Wait, perfect quirk. Gator. This quirk helps find who is gay. It is undoubtedly better than my other fake quirk idea. Potty mouth. This boy does not know when to shut the F up and does not believe in censors. I did, and don't lie to me. I already have an idea who you are into too, but I will not say it. DMN it, Izuku. How about this? You come over to my apartment tomorrow morning and clean it for me. This lets you out of the house so you might run down some energy, and I get a clean house. If I can convince my mom, sure. Alright, let me write down my address dash. Oh, no need to worry about that. I already know where you live. You should guard your life and up the police security because at SCKS. Show you to size. Why were you looking through there? I got bored. Whatever later. With that, I run back home to do something. So I managed to get mom to let me volunteer work around the town. She is all up for volunteering. I mean, it's technically volunteering because I'm not getting paid for it. Yuta, your place is literally effing trash, and I deny you're going to get a guy in here. I know that it is harsh, but I am cleaning it, so it's okay. Thanks for the harsh reality. You can figure this place out. I have to go work at UA. Do whatever you want as long as you don't destroy the place. Will do. Later, Midoriya. Izuku. Hell, I am willing to take problem child at this point. That is sad. Welcome to reality. Shut up. I look around and geez. This is going to take all day. However, I am willing to do it for Yuta because he deals with my bullshit. He deserves a one-day SLV. Unless I find a condom. Then I'm just going to be a drama queen all day. Welp, this place is worse than I thought. I am a pristine boy, meaning my room is overly organized and clean. This place hurts me emotionally, physically, and mentally. I wasn't kidding when I said this was going to take me all day. I started with the kitchen. I am seriously worried about Shuda's health, though, because there ISF mold under the dishwasher. This is not healthy, man. I will complain after I get this whole place cleaned up. Yuta gave me a time that he will be home even though he didn't expect me to be here when he got back. I say bullshit on him because I'm still cleaning. I decided to go to the store to pick up cleaning supplies and groceries for the man because he had nothing. Nothing. I'm going to have to teach this man how to take care of himself. I don't care if I get punched in the stomach for it. While I'm cleaning, I decided to make katsudon for him for dinner because ramen noodles are not the answer to life. I'm glad the school switched me over to home classes instead of ethics classes that I kept failing, or else we would be dead. I'm in the kitchen when I hear the door open. Holy smokes, Yuta. Your place is actually clean for once in your short life. That is certainly not Yuta. Could it be already? And so soon? Yeah, that's not my work, Izuku. Yuta calls for me. In the kitchen, Dad. I can hear laughter in the background as Yuta enters, punching me in the stomach to cause me to fall. I am surprised I have no bruises yet. Demon abuse. I even made you dinner. Then my man enters the room. Izuku. Hisashi. I recover more quickly than all might save the day. I get up and run into Hisashi with a hug. God damn, I thought you were going to be gone by now. Also, how are you two so close already? You don't even let me hug you. I can hear Shoyuda barely. I pull back to face him. I tell him, Shoyuda, your house was a literal trash can, sir. It had mold and spider webs. I see Hizashi shiver next to me as I continue. You had the cheapest and shittiest supplies in the house, so I went to get you better, which you can keep. Think of it as a present. I also got you groceries because you cannot live off of ramen noodles, Shuda. I screamed the last part. Oh, and dinner is ready so in the living room now. Hizashi bursts out laughing as he drags Shoyuda in the living room before he beats me up. I make plates for the three of us and carry it to the living room, handing it to the men on the couch before I sit down on the other side of Shoyuda, who is in the middle. I start eating as I watch Shoyuda, and I can see his eyes widen as he eats quickly. Thanks, little listener, for the food and setting Shoyuda straight. I have been trying to do this for years. Hizashi says. Of course. You just got to force him. I reply, getting a glare from Shoyuda. On a side note, where did you learn to cook? This is the best katsudon I have ever had. Oh, I kept failing my ethics class, so they forced me into home classes instead. Hizashi spits out his drink, laughing. Are you seriously that bad? Yeah, apparently you aren't supposed to tell a boy who fell to SCK it up and deal with it. Shoyuda shakes his head of disapproval. Why are you lying to yourself? You would do the same sheet as me. Just without a smile on yourself. Shoyuda finishes eating, setting the bowl down and sighing, how did I get SCK with you too? Because you love us. Both Hizashi and I respond at the same time before sparkles come in our eyes, and we reach over Shuda's head for a high five. I'm starting to believe this connection is an actual thing. Hizashi picks it up for me. I told you so. Oh god, well, anyway, thank you for cooking and cleaning my house, Izuku. I respond, no problem. I pick up the dishes from the men and clean up real quick before waiting at the doorway. Both men look up at me. Shoyuda catches my attention. Oh, Izuku. I have something to tell you. We are literally going to be gossip sisters. What? I'm only telling you this because this does involve you. All Might is a teacher his year, and he tried to convince Nizu to decline you due to you being quirkless. Oh, and I heard what happened to him. Good job. Deep breathes, Izuku. You're telling me that he is going to become a teacher and not even step down as a hero? The same idiot that can only work 3 hours a day? Thinking about it, the time having dropped after the slime incident. Izuku, how do you know that? Stalker tendencies based on research, and I made that theory. I only got it proved when he met me after that same slime incident. Should have known. You should have, yes. Then silence fills the room. Damn, you're smart, kid. Hizashi states. Don't encourage the cursing, Shoyuda growls. I hope so. Just to get on his nerves. Are you heading home or not? Just don't worry about me, by the way. I got sheet to set up for before you, eh? I want your number then in case you do get in trouble. Me too, Izuku. I sigh, giving both men my number. As I was about to leave, I feel a hand on my shoulder, and I turn around to look up at Shoyuda. If you ever need a place to calm down, you can come here. But cute. I got it, stop worrying. I have ball of steel for a reason. I wave to both men a goodbye and head home somewhat reluctantly. I have been stuck in this house all vacation for like 2 months. I have been staying out of trouble with Mom. Even though I'm not on house arrest anymore, I'm busy with things I can only do at home. I've been working on my gear and all that jazz for my hero costume. I can't have it be trash after all. Mom is a good woman to bounce ideas off of if I need simple statements rather than my discombobulated mind statements. Overall, I think it turned out well. I worked on new gear with the trash I found in my room, as you never have enough equipment. Mom is still hesitant about letting me go, but she gave me a hug and good luck. That's all I can ask for. Anyway, freedom bitches. I am at FUA now. I will be honest. Once I was some distance from the house, I screamed. I ran to that school. I even arrived first. Okay, so I'm in a classroom right now by myself. I adjust my stupid tie, and I'm about to remove the sucker. I need to distract myself. I pull out my mini laptop and start looking up a new language to study. I initially did programs, but I have so many on the back of my hand that I can figure out any new language when needed with what I have. Now, I do speaking language. I have learned multiple sign languages because those are easy sheets: English, French to flirt with the ladies, and German to sound angry. I probably will never use none but the sign and English, but oh well. This is what happens when you have too much free time. I decided to try learning some Korean because why not? I'm way too focused because the next thing I know, I sense someone walking beside me and I look up. Oh, a minute, it's that blue-haired dude from the entrance exam. God, take me now? Anyway, I researched him because I thought he was familiar, and I was right. He is from the Ida family and the little brother of Ingenium. I like Ingenium, but how the hell do you produce this when you have a very outgoing brother? Hello. I am Ida Tenya and your new classmate. I must say at the entrance exam you knew what you were doing to get the most points of all time and for saving that girl at the end, even if it did not count. However, I will say your language is vulgar and should be approved should you be a hero. Blue hair boy exclaims. Flip-flopping what? You know, I can respect a straightforward comment like that. If that were the case with everyone, we would have peace and harmony. But nope, people are too weak to accept the truth. And mate, you failed ethics class too? I say excitedly. That is another reason I failed the class. I was too blunt. No, I never took that class. However, I do come from some academy I do not listen for. Hold up. Are you telling me it's only my dumbass school that has the classes? They were ineffective anyway, so why do we have them? Everyone but me passed, including Bakugo somehow. They were assholes too, but I can fight them at least. Without the cursing, yes. I must ask what these classes consist of. Oh, and a name as you seem to have forgotten. Might as well amuse him. I notice he did this weird chopping motion with his hands. I wonder if I put a log under his hand if he would chop it or not. Free firewood? Izuku. Anyway, it's supposed to teach you how to act. For example, what are you supposed to do when a kid falls? You go and help them, of course. You make sure they are okay, and if not, you go and get sufficient help. Then no. I put that they should SCK it up and deal with it. If they cannot get back up, they aren't meant to be part of the world. Social Darwinism, mate. For those who have no idea what social Darwinism is, it is a social ideal by Herbert Spencer that you don't help people. You let them figure it out on their own. For example, you don't donate to homeless people. If they die, oh well. That is incredibly harsh. I must ask, though, is Izuku your given name or your family name? That is a common question. Given. I give 2 Fs about social ways. Stop cursing. Never. Geez, I'm going to get myself in trouble. I forget how much of a loudmouth I can be. Before an argument ensues, some unlucky student walk in. Ida runs over to greet them, the student providing me with a strange look. Your problem, not mine. I get back to work for a few minutes. About 5 minutes before a class, I pull my laptop back before an angry boy walks over and starts exploding the desk. Thank God Nizu thought ahead and got an indestructible desk. How the F did you get in here? Bakugo screams. Did he not know I was going to be here? Oh, this is going to be fun. Language. Ida says, but let us be fair for a moment, it's just aggravating. Easy. I just hacked into one of the bots and triggered an emergency shutdown to all the bots. It's better that way because then there isn't collateral damage and fewer lives on the line. I explain. All the class looks at me. A dude with duct tape arms says, hold up, you were the one who did that? I thought it was a glitch in the system. Hell no. That coding was written perfectly, and the robots were perfectly built. I just hacked it. Interesting fact for y'all. It's the same coding the government uses. How would you know what government coding is? A girl with a rather nice body, perfect face, with a long black ponytail asks professionally. That's my girl. Always question the man. Back on topic, I know because I have hacked them before. What? The whole class yells like I killed an animal in front of them. Holy shit, calm down. I don't want my eardrums blown out this early in the morning. At least wait till afternoon. Anyway, I never got caught. Got to be suspicious about the government, but I won't say anything about what is there. The whole class goes quiet, probably scared of me. Heck yeah, be scared of me. I'm the scariest boy alive. Hey, Izuku. Uraraka walks in at that moment, walking over with a smile on her face. There goes my street cred. Hey girl, how are you? Ready for pain and suffering? That is overdramatic, isn't it? Oh, if only you understood, sweetheart, you innocent cinnamon roll. Now, everyone, you might want to sit down before the teacher gets in here. I rather not test limits with whoever it is. Everyone nods, doing as they are asked. Dang, I can be a boss for once. Well, except Bakugo. Don't think you are the best. You will be dead meat where you stand. Explosions go off near my head, providing explosion marks on my uniform, but I don't flinch. The only thing that runs through my mind is, that's going to be a beach to clean. Darling, I already tried. God said, stay down there, and Satan will not look me in the eyes, Kakin. I say with a smooth voice mixed in darkness. He doesn't even bother to respond as he sits down in front of me and faces forward. Izuku, I don't think that is the best thing to say, and Kakin, you should respect your peers. Ida decides to step in. Wrong move. Shut it, Four Eyes. My name is Bakugo, not Kakin. Deku here calls me that for some dim reason. Stop cursing. Will you two shut up? The whole class goes silent when they notice a yellow bug on the floor. No, that is not a bug. That is Showdown in a bright yellow sleeping bag. Sheet, Shuda is my bloody teacher? I don't know who to feel sorry for. Everyone, I'm sorry in advance. We are all going to die to either boredom or stupidity. Showdown crawls out of his sleeping bag as he continues. Anyway, I am your teacher. You call me Sensei or Aizawa-sensei. Now, get changed and meet me in the field. Take more than 10 minutes, and I will expel you. Showdown looks over the students before looking at me, having a particular look in his eyes before leaving. I got the message, Showdown. The man will not believe me, but we have a connection too. He just ignores it, the asshat. Everyone scrambles to the locker room while I follow. When I enter, they are all talking. I remove my uniform, revealing the gym outfit underneath because I don't trust these guys, and leave. I run to the field, somehow make it there within a minute, and walk up to Showdown. He looks me over quickly as I approach him. Chill out. Just because I haven't responded to you or done something stupid doesn't mean I got the shit beat out of me. I say with a broad smile on my face. Yep, you are riled up. However, you can't blame me when it has been 2 months. Showdown responds bluntly. I am not riled up. Does that mean you miss me? No response. Holy shit, someone misses me. I miss you too, Shuda. I get punched in the stomach and I fall to my knees, preventing myself from throwing up. You need to calm down. And Sensei or Aizawa-sensei. I know that is too strong for you, so you can do just Aizawa, Izuku. Society, why can you use my given name then? I'm the teacher, and any moment of control I have over you I will take. You don't realize how over the top you are at the moment. Go stand over there and be an example. You are asking me, the kid who failed ethics class 3 times, to be an example. Are you drinking Aizawa? I do move like he asked before I end up with bruising. No, are you? Couldn't get my hand on any if I could. Would have made my life easier and less hyper. We're talking after school about that. Come on. That joke wasn't that bad. Do you mean it? I'm about to retort, but I notice the students coming, so I shut up. Showdown gives me a nod. Once everyone arrives, Showdown speaks up. Get quicker at changing. You don't have a minute to waste. Now, we are going to do a quirk assessment test. Something I utterly don't have. Great. Uraraka asks, what about the ceremony? I can see the glint in Shuda's eyes. You messed up, Uraraka. Heroes do not have time to go to social gatherings. If you want to go, feel free to drop the class while you are at it and leave this school. UA is known for letting its teachers have a free form of teaching, meaning we can do whatever we want. Is that understood? We all nod, and he continues while throwing a ball at Bakugo. Bakugo, how far could you throw a ball in middle school? 72 meters. Bakugo sneers, and I have to force my middle fingers down physically. Try using your quirk now. Just don't leave the circle. Showdown says, stepping back. Bakugo preps. Die. Bakugo screams as he explodes the ball. Overdramatic much? Showdown shows a little monitor. 705 meters. Not being allowed to use quirks in public is illogical as it is a part of what we are stuck with. Now get to it, I don't have all day. Oh, last person gets expelled. Alright, so I have nothing to work with. Well, rephrase, I have my strength, the mini laptop, a screwdriver, and my backpack. I should have asked if I can use my tools, but I'm going to use them anyway. The class is panicking, which is unfortunate for them. Childish. The first test is the 50-meter dash. I drop my book bag for a moment before I run. Thank God I have anger issues that I always need to deal with because I run when I'm angry. My time is 5.43 seconds. I am in the middle of everyone, so not too shabby. Next is the grip test. It is digital, so I know what to do here. I sit down and pull out my laptop, hacking the thing to put 200 kilograms. The class looks at me strangely, but Showdown puts it as my score. He tells me I still have to do it so he can get a physical count, and I got 70.2 kilograms. The standing long jump is next. Once again, hack it to infinity officially, but I had to do it without it and got just barely over the sandpit with a roll. The repeated sidestep is useless, and I did barely above average because I'm used to skidding side to side from Showdown and Bakugo. The ball throw is next, and this is when drama comes in. I'm able to hack the thing once again, putting repeated nines. I could have put infinity, but Uraraka already got that. She deserves a special little moment. I look over and I catch Bakugo running over to me, explosions going off in his hand. I stand up, grab my laptop, and get ready to run when he gets restrained by a ribbon. I look over to see Showdown restraining Bakugo, his eyes glowing. Sheet, he is using his quick. Showdown grumpily tells Bakugo, calm down, I have dry eye here. No. Why are you letting do you hear cheat like this? Charity project? He shouldn't be here at all. Harsh. Then a student decides to speak up. Bakugo is right, why is he allowed to cheat like that? It's unfair. He should use his quirk. A little purple boy states. I'm shaking of anger. I'm about to explode. I look over at Showdown, asking mentally if I can speak. Showdown slowly nods, letting his quirk go. I look back at Bakugo. Because you are pathetic enough to believe that life is always going to be fair. The class goes silent. I continue, there is no such thing as cheating in the real world. Villains do not care about your morals. They care about getting the job done. If you cry like a FING child because things do not go your way, I would say go back to preschool, but they are unfair there too. You cannot avoid reality. If you complain about someone cheating, you might as well step your butt down because if you are real hero, you work around it. If you believe in cheating and try to restrain yourself of it, step down. You work with what you got or let that person you are trying to save die because of your morals. I scream from the top of my lungs. I take a deep breath before continuing. Life will not ever be fair. You guys have been groomed to believe the world is perfect, and you have to do is fight villains, but it is not. I throw the ball, getting a score of 86 meters before walking past, remembering, oh, one more thing. I am quirkless. Do not ever think you are guaranteed to win because you have a FING quirk. I manage top spot through skill, crawling through hell and back to be refined at what I can do. What you have is talent, something that is given to you, yet you need to practice it. You need to refine it to perfection like my skills. I growl. I'm done. I step back in line, and Bakugo is let go of. Everyone is silent. Good for them they should be. Let them contemplate. I seriously couldn't care at this point if I have friends or not. Izuku is right. Now get back to work before you pisses him off again. Showdown says bluntly with a little bit of bite. They don't even notice the fact that he used my given name. The rest of the test is long-distance run, sit-ups, and toe touches. For the long-distance run, due to my anger, I kept running to the point I outran Ida, a man whose quirk is made for running. I wasn't jogging either. I was running full speed. I kept going to the point Showdown was worried I was going to pass out and grabbed me with his scarf to make me stop. Same with the sit-ups that I had to be forced to stop again. For toe touches, There isn't much of a way to express my anger there. At the end of the test, Shuda puts the rankings on the board. I.am in third? What the F dash? Am I drunk? Did I smoke too much? I do a breathalyzer test on myself. Nope, I'm clean. Everyone looks at me wondering what the hell I did. Simple, I used my brain, a much more powerful organ than your quirks, Jark. At the bottom is my Netta, the purple dude from earlier who whined about me cheating with Bakugo. My Netta is crying and he flipping deserves it. I'm a place above Bakugo because F him the freaking dud grenade. Shuda speaks up, making a smooth remark. That's what happens when you underestimate someone. Go change, head back to class, and get your syllabus. Don't cause trouble. Oh, and no one is getting expelled. Shuda walks off, and I quickly leave the group behind, only to find Uraraka following me. Uraraka gives me a huge smile. You did great, Izuku. Great speech and everything. You will be a great hero. That takes a 180 turn. Seriously? I have to ask to make sure she isn't FANG with me. Yes. I smile back at Uraraka. Thanks. I've only had 2 other people say that. I will be cheering you on too. You aren't ignorant like most of the class. We head off our ways to change and head back to class. Today's school day has been exciting thus far. All the students are scared of me, and that's wonderful. Ahem, sarcasm. At least I have my side chick Uraraka on my side. Most of the classes are boring. I'm alright with modern literature with Cementos because I had to read every time I got in trouble with mom because all my electronics are taken away. Math is easy with ectoplasm. You kind of has to be good with math if you're obsessed with programming. Things got a little fun in Modern Hero Art History class with Midnight because she looked at me, and we had a connection, though we can't acknowledge it during the course. However, she does wink at me to let me know she feels it too. I'll have to get her during my free time. The actual fun class is English, something that I usually SCKD at. That is where my man present Mike Hizashi is at. Well, I thought I SCKD at it. It turns out, I am fluent and beyond everyone in our class. That means instead of learning hello, I got to gossip with Hizashi in English, so no one knows what we are talking about. That is when I started complaining about what happened this morning. Now back to reality. You're telling me that one of the kids was about to attack you during training because they considered what you were doing cheating? Hizashi asks, giving me a reluctant look. I moved up front, and I'm standing beside him at his desk. Keep in mind this is all in English, so the students have no idea what we are talking about. And you screamed at them about how life is not fair and to basically shut up and deal with it? Perfect summary, my man. Hizashi chuckles, shaking his head. You're seriously Shuda's son. Shuda and I fight always. We have opposite personalities. Hold up, you two have fought? Yes. Without drags in my system, I can last 10 minutes against him apparently. I can feel the other kids watching me, but I keep facing Hizashi. You realize I can't last 5 minutes against him? Seriously? Well, that is expected. You have one superpowered move you would have to use at the beginning to knock out as many people as possible while Shuda is a glass tank. As long as he doesn't get hit, he is going to remain a badass. True. Though, you realize your classes are probably going to be suched around? Why? Principal Nizu requires us to give pop quizzes for a reason. If a student excels, they are moved to more appropriate classes. I didn't do that well on any of them, so no worries. Izuku, you literally made a perfect score on mine. Sheet, so no more gossip? Yeah, sorry little listener. Are you going to be hanging out after school so we can come up with plans to take over UA? Hizashi is me at heart. I wish, but I have to go straight home, or else I worry mom. Is she protective of you? Because it sounds like it. For how I am, a little bit. That's just how she is. She may be overwhelming. At times, but I know it's because she cares. At least you're aware of that. I may be sheet at interactions, but I can notice that. I care for her like she cares for me. Yeah. The door is open to my house if you want to hang there. You just need to clean it like you did Shuda's place. Thank you for that, by the way. It's time to go, so go back to your seat. Wait, you're seriously telling me that for a free cleaning maid? I walk back to pull out a bento box, handing it to him, give it to Shuda. I don't trust him. Say it's from you if you want to impress him. Though, I should take that for trying to get a free maid, you cockatoo. You're right. And thanks, little listener. I still will. I nod, moving back. One particular boy with peppermint hair has his eyes out for me. I know, Peppermint, I'm cute. There's no need to embarrass me. Either that or it's a look of anger. I can't tell. I'm a dumbass in social skills. After class is lunch, and it's reminding me of my years of being antisocial because I presumably have no one to sit with. I'm about to walk outside when I hear my name. Hey, Izuku, come sit with us. I turn to see Uraraka waving me over with Ida across from her. I walk over and I can see Ida acting a certain way and I know it too well. Are you sure? Ida looks uncomfortable, and I was going to eat outside anyway. I may be an a-hole, but I know how to be nice kinda sorta. It's fine, right, Ida? Uraraka looks over at Ida. She seriously is too precious for this world. It's no problem, Izuku. Ida says too quickly for my liking, but oh well. I sit down beside Uraraka and open the box to start eating. Uraraka looks over at me with a smile. Hey, what do you think the final class of the day is? For most traditional schools, it's probably math because you need to end the day with suffering. However, that's done. I'm going to guess the actual hero class is last so that if the student is injured, they don't have to worry about them missing any class. That's a good observation. That is called guesstimation, darling. I wink, leaving a flustered Uraraka. I thought you said you couldn't flirt in the real world. Practice makes perfect, precious cinnamon roll. Cinnamon roll? Ida asks. I forgot he was there, and I don't regret it. Don't tell me you never heard that phrase before. I have not. Is it bad? I can tell he jumps to conclusions quickly and that it's not just because it's me. No. It means someone who is too innocent for this world. Oh, interesting conversation. There's not much else to tell. We chat as typical teens do. Ida seems reluctant around me, but he is more open by the end. I don't know if that's a good thing or not. Why does being social have to be so complicated? I am coming through the door like a normal person. All Might shouts unnecessarily, coming through the door like a weirdo. Everyone else seems fantasized by the man, but my hopes and dreams were broken by this man. I have a dark look on my face to freak him out. Today, you're going to be one step closer to becoming heroes with your hero costumes. The disappointment presses a button, revealing the cases with numbers. Everyone get dressed and head to Field C. All CRP announces as he leaves, but not before noticing me and my look. He runs out after that. Mission success. I head to my case before heading to the locker room. This time, I change as slowly as possible. Even after I change, I hang back to check out my costume to waste time. I will say my outfit is unusual. I'm willing to admit I did pay tribute to Eraserhead, thus the all-black suit with a bulletproof vest. And when I say a suit, I mean a suit. A two-piece suit you go to prom with if you want to go with death itself. I specifically went with a suit because a two-piece is better than a bodysuit in my opinion, to look goddamn fine, and to look like a villain so I could trick some people. On my feet are some black boots that go above my kneecaps with some metal for power and support without breaking them. The black gloves on my arms are a similar situation, just RBB instead of iron due to something you will see later. I have a tool belt around my waist with whatever the hell I decide to put in there, but most likely it will be medical equipment. The suit even has a neck guard so my neck isn't revealed. That way, I won't die with my head chopped off. No worries, it looks natural enough, especially with a dark green bow tie. On my back is a pair of electric batons with adjustable settings made by me, almost got a fine for that I may or may not have stolen from Legend of Korra and Swords. Before you ask, yes, I know how to FING use swords, and I am fantastic at it if I say so myself. I watched YouTube videos on it. To hide the swords, I have a small thin backpack over it with my laptop and other hacky items. The grandest part of my costume is my helmet. The helmet is where I went overboard in. The helmet itself is thin and light, so I'm not slowed down too much. I made to it increases my hearing by triple the normal human hearing. I will probably go back and make it even better. Over my eyes is a clear visor that offers heat detection to help find people and protection in general. I need to work on more features on it. Then, my grandbaby of the mask over my mouth. While it is meant for filtration for fires and other bullshit like that, that's not the primary use. Time to test it now. I say. Potato. Oh my god, it works. Yep, the mask was made for censoring my cursing with weird but words. I'm going to have too much fun with this. I walk out, meeting up with a bunch of students, and they are interesting to say the least. The most overdramatic is Ida's because his costume consists of a suit of armor. However, there is, unfortunately, an underdramatic, which I think her name is Momo. Anyway, she has everything out. She isn't naked, but she might as well be. Then, there is the invisible girl that I made jokes about during the exam that I didn't realize existed till now, and she is naked. Like, if something touches her bub, she has no protection, man. It's taking all my energy to keep myself quiet. You all look fantastic. Now, it is time for your task. All Might pulls out a flashcard, reading it off. Inside this building, there is a nuclear bomb that needs to be taken down. Everyone will be broken down into pairs with one team of 3 into heroes and villains. Villains need to protect the bomb or capture the heroes, while the heroes need to capture the bomb or the villains. This will be decided randomly, so when I call your name, you will find your teammate. Any questions? All disappointment is bombarded with a ton of questions, but I can't help but think, why is there a group of 3? We are an even number class of 20. All sheet says, calm down. I don't have super hearing to understand all of you at once. Yes, Ida? Wouldn't it be better if we choose our partners, sir? Ida asks. I step in because I know the reason why he is doing it this way. Heroes don't always get paired up with their BFF. Sometimes, they have to pair up with any hero that's at the scene, making this an effective exercise. Not that all Beach would understand because he can take down a platoon with his strength. I can see all Dimnik get nervous when I respond. He says, Midoriya is right. You will not always get the partner you wanted. Now, onto the teams. All Might starts separating everyone into teams until there is only me left. I see it now. The past is haunting. I raise my hand, trying to be polite. Yes, Midoriya? All Might. I seem to have been forgotten. Yes, you will not be participating in this exercise. Excuse me, what? May I ask why not? Time to steamroll his fake but over. It's because I am quirkless. Isn't it? I declare with a snarl. Yes, it's too dangerous for you to participate in this exercise. And you are saying it is not for the other students here? Oh, of course it is. But I cut him off. I do not care about your reasoning. You are not giving me a chance to prove myself, you ignorant man. You leaving me out is not helping with anything, so just let me in and banging prove myself. The students look at me strangely when the voice comes in to change my language. Midoriya, if you do not settle down, I will have to send you to Principal Nizu. This is getting tricky. I smirk. How about a challenge then? All Might, the smartest man in the world? That's sarcasm. A challenge? Yes. If you let me in there and I win, you have to let me join any exercise the other students participate in. If not, I will drop this school and leave. I can hear the students' eyes widen. I am putting my life on the line, but I'm pretty confident in myself. Alright, Uraraka, join his team. All Might doesn't sound as confident, but he is still trying to smile. Uraraka joins me with a nervous smile. Now, the first teams are A as the heroes and Team D as the villains. I look around for Team D, and I find it is Bakugo and Ida. This should be easy. I grin as the class walks away, leaving me with Uraraka in her cute pink space costume. Team D heads inside the fake bomb in their hands. That is so cool for you to challenge All Might like that, Uraraka exclaims. I shouldn't have to, but oh well. I do have an idea, though. I have heat vision in this visor, meaning I can see where they are. My best bet is Bakugo is going to leave Ida to protect the bomb and go after me. When I say go, I need you to go where I tell you at the beginning, and I will deal with Bagwo's booty. Oh, here. I hand her a stool of see-through fish wire with some sticky putty, really sticky putty. I need you to set up traps all over the place for Ida to trip. This will be at doorways at least a foot off the ground, got it? Are you sure you're going to be okay with Bakugo? I can tell she is worried and it is so cute. Give me a minute at most. I will be with you after I pissy him off. Oh, so pissy needs to be added. Wait, is that considered a bad word? No idea. Start now. All Might screams into the microphone. I turn on my heat vision. They're on the 3rd floor, let's go. Uraraka nods and we run up till the 2nd floor. I pull out the capture tape we were given. I signal Uraraka to wait a moment. Bakugo screams as he goes for his signature right hook with explosions. I hear Uraraka running off, and I grab his arm, wrapping the capture tape around his wrist while I flip him over and slam him into the ground. Without a second thought, I cover his other wrist as well and push him against the wall. This leaves a raging Bakugo, but I could give 2 sheets about him right now. Bakugo is officially captured. All Might announces. I run to find Uraraka right outside the doorway of where Ida is at. I make sure to take extra care to lift my feet to avoid traps. Uraraka whispers, "You got an idea? We could probably screw around with him, but yes, I do, come on. Do you mind if we pretend we are dating for a moment for a shock factor? I might get touchy, so I am warning you now. Without him seeing, I need you to touch me and fly me over him to grab that bomb." The signal is when I blink twice. Sure. I can see Uraraka blushing. I take her hand carefully as I lead her into the room. "What are you doing here, heroes?" Ida overdramatizes, chopping his arms. "Don't be like that, Ida. I am just here to announce that Uraraka and I have started dating, huh, darling?" I say with care as I lead us closer to have an appropriate conversation. Ain't he adorable?" Uraraka says as she pinches my cheek with all 5 fingers. "Stop, you are embarrassing me." I whine. "But you love me. Are you too sure this is the best place for this nonsense?" "It's not nonsense. It is love. We need love to create mini Akakos and—" I say, making sure to use Uraraka's first name. While I was taking, I blinked twice, and when I finished, I flew over his head and touched the bomb. The hero team has touched the bomb and won. All Might announces. I swear I hear the reluctance in his voice. "Good job, girl. You nailed it," I say, walking over to her while using Germ-X on my face. "Really?" Uraraka asks. "Yep, perfect. You would make a great girlfriend too." Uraraka blushes at that. "Except the moment has to be ruined." Ida, you should be safe." "Uraraka, you mind if you jump on my back for a piggyback ride a moment?" I ask. "Why?" "I don't want Bakugo to kill you." I bend down, and Uraraka does what I ask. I walk over, open the window, and jump out. "You could have warned me you were doing this. Do you even have a safe way of landing?" Uraraka screams in my ear. "Of course I do. I flip myself on my feet and land. My boots have shock absorption." I look at her, sorry about that. Better than dealing with him, though. I can hear Bakugo screaming in the background as we walk back to the group. I glare at All Might as I walk in with Uraraka. Within a couple of minutes, Ida and a seething Bakugo come in, but he's managing his anger oddly enough. Now that everyone is here, would anyone like to tell what happened and the advantages and disadvantages? All Might asks. Momo volunteers. "Midoriya, you prefer Izuku, yes?" Momo asks. I nod as she continues. Izuku had a good idea from the get-go. He was able to get rid of Bakugo quickly and sent Uraraka to set up traps around the 3rd floor. When Izuku and Uraraka walk in, they pretend to be a couple, which is a stupid idea, but it worked. Even if it did not, if Ida were to run, he would still have been tripped up with the traps, either way providing an advantage to team heroes. I also disapprove of jumping out the window after the manner, but I assume it was to avoid Bakugo. That is correct. Now, who should be the MVP? All Might asks. Everyone agreed with me. I provide my scary grin at All Might, causing him to shiver. I now get to watch the rest of the matches. I'm walking down the hallway quickly at the end of the day when I hear a voice call for me. Midoriya, come here. I need to talk to you. I turn around to see All Skeleton in front of me. I bite my tongue but nod, following him into the teacher's lounge. Sit. He demands, and I sit down in front of him. Nobody else is in the room. He is going to be the reason I'm late getting home and worrying Mom. Midoriya, The way you were acting during my class was childish, and I recommend you fix your attitude. Otherwise, you will be removed from the hero course. This again. You brought that among yourself, All Might. I have to prove myself to get anywhere, and you were not willing to give me a chance. If you do not give me a chance, you are letting me die. You're letting potential die due to your ludicrous ways. I really am trying to be mature here. I do not deny that, but you could have been effective in many other fields besides being a hero. I could have, but being a quirkless hero will inspire hope in people like me realize that the only solution in life is not suicide or drinking or anything like that. Have you seen the suicide rate for quirkless? Most of us die. Yet we are like you. We just don't have powers. We are more than capable of handling ourselves. I am here to be an inspiration, All Might. I stand up, shaky of anger. I recommend you settle down. You were asking for it when you brought me here. You should understand. You are the symbol of peace, after all. Millions of kids adore you, aspired by you, wanting to become a hero because of you. I see Little Might flinch. Then I hear a door open. What is going on? I heard a scream from the end of the hallway. I look up to see Shuda with his scarf ready to attack. His voice has a bite to it. I glare at All Might for him to explain. I pulled Midoriya in here to explain about his behavior during class was childish and that he needs to mature. I'm about to leave, so I don't get in more trouble, but Shuda stops me with a hand on my shoulder. Shuda, let me go. I need to get home before Mom worries. She has enough on her plate as is with work being a beach to her. I tell him softly, so All Might doesn't hear. Shuda looks at me with a distinct look. We will discuss that after we deal with this. Now come on. What is there to discuss? Shuda leads me to the couch and forces me to sit down beside him. All Might has a strange look the whole time. Tell me what happened. Well, we were doing to heroes versus villains with the nuke, and I paired all the students off with one group of 3. I didn't want Midoriya to participate in the exercise, so I left him off the list. He noticed and acted immaturely to the situation. He then set a challenge that if I let him in the exercise and he won that I have to let him participate in all the exercises. If he doesn't win, young Midoriya will leave UA. He won, so he is still here. All Might explains. I look over to see Shuda. Oh boy, he is angry. He isn't trembling like me about to eat someone, but he is mad. All Might, you are being actively discriminatory towards Midoriya, and that is against UA policy, Shuda states. Being as mature as possible. It was for his safety. Izuku made it in here. He can take care of himself. We are here to help prevent him from getting hurt, but it will still happen no matter what. We have to help the students to mature into better people than they are right now. At the moment, you are regressing him. He is already a handful as is, but you're making it worse. I recommend you step back and let me handle Izuku. Understood? Little Might nods, getting up and leaving. Shuda sighs, massaging his scalp gently before looking at me. I'm sorry you had to deal with that. You shouldn't have to. I know. I need to head home, though. I say as I try to stand up, but Shuda grabs my hand, forcing me down and adjusting himself to face me while I put on the Germex again. We have to talk, Izuku. Alright. What do you want to talk about? I ask. I'm calming down from my anger as I adjust to face him. Your relationship with your mother, Shuda responds. What's been happening in the last 2 months? May I ask why? I don't know why he is asking. Out of curiosity. We have been getting along better. I'm staying out of trouble, and she lets me do my thing. Sure, I got in trouble for not telling her I was taking the UA entrance exam, but that was kind of expected. We are trying our best. She was even helping with my costume to make sure it's effective as she has experience with that jazz. She sews so that y'all know. What was the punishment? 2 weeks without electronics or going out without permission? Worst for someone like you because you're a hyper brat, so you probably built that energy. Have you told her about the nighttime goings? Why would I? Shuda facepalms. What? So, there aren't secrets between you two? If we are going to take it that far, I might as well ask about her SEC life. Shuda growls at me. That's not what I mean, and you know that. She's your mother, Izuku. She has the right to know that you were sneaking out at night and drinking. Oh, what kind of drama is happening in here? We very clearly hear Hisashi walks in. Apparently, I'm supposed to tell my mom that I sneak out at night. I never did. See Shoyuda? Neither did I. I hear a sultry voice behind Hisashi and see it's midnight. Are Shuda's secret child, Izuku? Absolute opposite. However, I will let it slide. Nice to finally meet you. Namuri, since you refer to first names. I heard from Hisashi that you get connections? Namuri asks. You felt it too? I ask excitedly. Yep. Welcome to the club. Thank you, thank you. Glad you welcome me. Then a hand slams on the table. I look over at Shoyuda. Can you two get out? I'm trying to talk to Izuku about something serious. Shoyuda growls at the two. Geez, he is salty. Hisashi decides to push it a little bit. Does Izuku party? Yes, now get out. I don't see the problem with that. Sure, he is a bit young, but as long as he doesn't overdo it. Hisashi, Izuku was an alcoholic over a year ago. Hold the phone. I'm quick to defend myself. I was not an alcoholic. Sure, I drank till I was drunk and I may have overdone it sometimes, but I could have stopped at any time. That's the definition of an alcoholic. He was smoking on top of that. He was not coherent most of the time. I swear he is trying to throw me under the bus. But that's in the past. The past that can affect your future. It's already affected your height, DMN, wrong tree mate. Oh, fight me, Shoyuda. Hisashi breaks through. He is right, Izuku. That is a major thing. Your mother should know. Shoyuda looks relieved. Thank you. If you don't tell her, I will. She needs to know. I start shaking, feeling the anger bubble again. Before I can rebel, my phone goes off. I pull out my phone to see it is Mom. Immediately, I take a deep breath and answer. Sorry for being late. Something came up at school. I should be there within 20 minutes. I understand, dear. I started to worry when I got nothing saying you will be late. I hear her soft voice through the phone. Got distracted. See you soon. I better, young man. I hear her teasing tone, causing me to smile softly. Before I can hang up, the phone is swiped from my hand. I look up at Shoyuda. Hello, Midoriya-san. This is Aizawa, your son's teacher. Would you mind if I come over? I would like to talk to you about him. I promise he hasn't caused trouble here yet, but there are some things you need to know. I don't even hear the response. After some words are exchanged, he hangs up and looks down at me like fresh meat. I'm said. I see red. Izuku, let me explain why the F would I let you explain after what you just pulled? I explode. Why the F would you do that? You have no right to interfere with my mom's and I relationship. He doesn't need more of AF burden. Izuku, think logically for a moment I attempt to walk out only to be wrapped up in his scarf. Let me the F go. I wrestle blindly against the wrap. The last thing I remember is screaming before I pass out. Shoyuda breathes heavily, lifting Izuku and carrying him on the couch. Shoyuda turns to face the two in the room. That went horribly wrong. He states bluntly. You think? Namuri snarks. Is that normal, Shoyuda? Hisashi asks as he helps Izuku to get comfortable. To an extent, usually, I'm not the target, though. Shoyuda responds. Namuri asks, what are we going to do now? Simple, I'm going to go talk to his mother like I said. On the phone. The two teachers look at him. You sure that's the best plan of action? You saw how he reacted, Shoyuda. Some things take time. Hisashi questions. His mom doesn't know. Imagine getting a call saying your son was hit by a car or something like that while drunk. He has been clean for over a year. She seriously needs to know. Izuku doesn't see it because he doesn't see importance in that, but I do. I'm not telling her. I'm going there for support and with a proposition because he needs help socially. I'm willing to offer that, even if he will turn it into a joke one way or another. Hisashi smirks at him. You care about him, don't you? He's a problem child. Somehow, the idiot genius is likable. Namuri, how long do I have? I knocked Izuku out for 10 minutes. She responds. Alright. Watch over him. With that, he leaves to clean up. I wake up and I feel like I got the best sleep in my life. I sit up and realize that I am not in my room. Sheet, I didn't have a one-night stand, did I? Little listener, you're awake? I look towards Hisashi, and then Nemuri. What happened? Oh, you got angry to the point that Nemuri had to knock you out for a little bit? No wonder I feel fantastic, thank you Nemuri. No problem kid. Nemuri replies with a broad smile on her face. I think for a moment, trying to remember the conversation. Then welp, I'm mad again. I stand up only to be stopped by Hisashi. You're not heading out yet, little listener. Wait around a few minutes and scheme with us, alright? Sounds fun except for the fact that I need answers. What is he aiming for? I know he's logical, but he knows a hell of a lot more about social interaction than me. You two can probably explain it to me better than he can anyway. Blunt and straight to the point. Hisashi sighs. You both SCK. Have you ever thought that you could have died out there? But I can die anywhere. Nemuri takes over, and I think I hear a motherly tone. Imagine getting a call saying your son died while drunk. I can't because I don't have one. She facepalms. I said imagine with a reason, but... Oh yeah, that's what he was thinking. And it affects your health now, whether you want to admit it or not. It will be there forever. He's not going to tell her. He's making you tell her. Showdown cares for you heavily, whether you realize it or not. He's going for support. The way to show it was rash, I will admit to that. You two have a strange friendship-relationship in general. Well, I kind of feel bad now. I'm still salty. I'm well aware. Okay, I have my answers. Now we can plan our taking over of the world. The two laugh aloud, the tensity being removed from the conversation. We were discussing the perfect plan to prank UA when Showdown comes in, and oh my gosh that I need a moment. Deep breathe in. Deep breathe out. Showdown is FNG hot right now. He is wearing a bomb-ass suit that brings out his figure well. He shaved the stubble off his face, showing off the CC jawline of his. He even put his hair in a man bun, something I could care less for, but he made it work. Holy shit, you look hot. The three of us say in unison. You might actually get the man of your dreams. I add on, too excited. That is not why I'm looking nice, Izuku. I look at him, confused. We're going to talk to your mother. Oh yeah, that. I sigh. The intensity is back. Showdown walks over. I'm sorry. I shouldn't have tried that. I should have warned you. We can hold this off. I understand now. They told me because we SCK at communication. I don't see the benefit now, but okay. I stand up, offering a hand. Truce? I see him smirk as he takes my hand. Truce. After we shake hands, I pull out my Germex to use. The other teachers give me a questioning look. What? I don't know if he has been touching his PP and cleaning his hands afterward. That receives a smack upside the head and a random burst of laughter. Too much information. Come on. We were supposed to be there a while ago. Fine. See you too. Bye Izuku. Bye Izu. Nemuri already has a nickname for me? Interesting. Let's see how often it's used. With that, we head out. We are at the door and I pull out my phone. What are you doing? The bored hobo beside me asks. Well, I guess I can't say hobo right now when he looks good. Goth Jesus? Don't ask. I don't know. Speaking of Jesus, I'm calling his dad or something. Don't be offended just because I know nothing about religion. I scroll to the top of my contact list and call God. Ring. That there is nobody on the line. Please leave a message after the beep. Beep. God, I'm in a crisis right now. I know we have had our times, but for once, be nice. Pray for me. With that message, I hang up. Showdown looks at me, disappointed. You seriously have God? I thought you were atheist. I am. I'm just going to join for like 5 minutes. He can kick me out later. Suddenly, the door opens to reveal Mom. Oops. She must have heard me. That isn't surprising, to be honest. Dear, you should really learn to be quieter indoors. She recommends to me before facing Showdown. Hi, I'm Izuku's mom. Nice to meet you, Aizawa. He nods. A pleasure. There are some things Izuku needs to tell you. May we come in for a bit? Already serious, Showdown? Stiff man. Of course. Come in. Would you like anything to eat? We are good. I want to get to it if you don't mind. I understand. Sit where you would like. My mom and I take the couch while Shoyuta takes the armchair. I face her. What is it that you needed to talk about? Oh shit, I have no idea where to start. I turn to Shoyuta for a moment. Hey, where do I start? The man facepalms. The beginning, when this all started? Oh great, lots of words. Alright then, thank you. I face mom again. I sigh, trying to figure out how to say this before saying this. We both know I'm going to blunt, so I'm just going to say it. I was drinking and smoking and possibly stripping it. I can't guarantee the last part unless there are videos online. I would sneak out at night to start sheet, basically. That curse earns a smack upside the head. Oh. Anyway, I don't know why I did it. I guess as a distraction? I don't do it anymore. I quit over a year ago. Am I missing something? Oh, and I knew this guy before. He helped me out. Supportive guy. Probably wouldn't have stopped without him. The silence appears in the room. Maybe I said it wrong? Oh shit, she is crying. I pat her reluctantly, not sure of what to do. Her sniffing fills the silence, making it more intense. Suddenly, I'm tackled into a hug. I hug her gently, afraid to break her. I'm sorry, sweetheart. I'm so sorry I couldn't have been there to comfort you instead of drags. You didn't deserve that. What? Mom, you did nothing wrong. I made these choices. I should have known better because I am the genius after all, but still. Please don't take the blame. My fault. She pulls back, looking up at me with those teary eyes. Izuku, you need to realize that I'm your mother. I meant to protect you from these things. You turned to those for the reason that could have been prevented. I sigh because this won't go anywhere. Let's just say we both SEK and end it there. This earns a soft giggle from her. You really need to work on your social skills. Saying it like that would have gotten you in trouble otherwise. This will take a lot of time for me to trust you again fully, Himene. Then she faces Shoyuta. Thank you for being there when I couldn't. I don't know how to repay you. He sighs, sitting up. I forgot about him for a moment. Oops. Let me help him is all I ask. I have a proposition for you. Hold the phone, what? Let me have partial guardianship of him. I know he is hyper and never sleeps. I know you work. I can work with him to improve him in general and gain better habits instead of partying at night. However, you have to let me. May I? I can't help but speak up. So, like an episode of Strict Parents? I'd have no idea what that is, and you know that. I tried. Mom faces me once more. Izuku, how much do you trust this man? Oh shit, she is actually considering it. I'm surprised. It takes a moment to respond. With my life probably. Yes, I trust him that much. Kill me. Mom looks at me, surprised, along with Shoyuta. Don't take advantage of that, fake rich. There is a few minutes of silence before. Alright. If you promise to protect my son, you can get guardianship. How will this work? First couple of weeks, Izuku will be with me fully. Over time, he will be given days with you. Within a few months, he should be with you full-time again. How did he come up with that? I won't ask. Maybe later, but I can't right now. I understand. Izuku, get your stuff ready. Welp, alright then. That was supremely easy. I'm not going to put you through all that boring sheet, especially the emotional sheet. Mom was crying when I was walking out the door. Like, we will see each other again in 2 weeks. It turns out that it's 2 weeks because it will give him enough time to implement certain things for me to practice with Mom. The build-up is, so we learn to appreciate each other, something like that. Yeah, I don't get it. I will later. Anyway, I have more important things to worry about. On our way to Shuda's apartment, I pull out my phone and start recording. Hello, everybody. Welcome to an episode of Strict Parents. In this episode, Hobo adopts a sociopath. I turn the camera to face Shoyuta before zooming in on his for once handsome face for dramatics. Sir, how do you feeling about having to take care of a sociopath? Shoyuta sighs. I'm already regretting my decisions. There you have it, folks. Will he survive? You will see after this redundant commercial break. Izuku, you better not post that anywhere. On second thought, delete it now. No. Izuku. Sir, I know how to hack it back. I won't post it, but let me keep it for memories, please. Fine. No showing it around either. Not going to guarantee to that. Stop recording at least. Oh yeah. I need to before I run out of space. I turn off my phone and put it in my pocket. Let's go over the rules while we are walking. Boo. I follow Shoyuta home like a stray puppy, and when we arrive at his place, I can tell that I am either going to be arrested or it will be the best night tonight. Because the squad is together. Welcome back. I hear screams, and when I enter behind Shoyuta, I see Namuri and Hizashi on the couch with popcorn. Shoyuta ruins the mood quickly. Shut up, I'm already going to have complaints with just Izuku. Let me stay in this place a little longer before you get us kicked out. I look at him, confused. Psst. You're stuck with me either way. Does that mean we're going to be homeless together? This causes Hizashi and Namuri to burst out laughing. Hizashi speaks up first. Nope. If you get kicked out, you two are staying with me? Oh, goddamn it. As long as you and Shoyuta are quiet so that I don't hear you, I could care less. I decide to say. Hizashi gives me a weird look. Hold up, he does not know that, Shuda. Well, you see I'm about to start explaining when I feel the most potent punch ever from Shoyuta in the stomach. Immediately, I fall over and I have to cover my mouth to keep from throwing up. I'm not even dramatizing it. I bet all my money that I'll have bruises tomorrow. I can hear Namuri laughing up a storm. At least someone gets where I was going. I feel someone grabbing my shoulders, and I am going to assume it's Hizashi since he has actual emotions. Turns out I'm right. Shoyuta, you hit Izuku too strong. Hizashi complains. I look up at Shoyuta to see him hiding his face in his scarves. He shouldn't have tried making the comment he did then. I stand up, with help from Hizashi up as I head to the kitchen. Namuri notices quickly, Kid, where are you going? I'm not eating popcorn. I want actual food. I want to chew actual food. I state as I start making whatever is on my mind, which happens to be katsudon because it's my favorite. Meanwhile, I'm recovering from the shock factor that Shoyuta of all people basically adopted me. Due to this, I quickly finish. I bring it to the adults to find them all on the couch with a movie, handing them their plates. Izuku, we could have just eaten popcorn. Namuri tries to complain to me. And y'all think I'm the goddamn child. I sit down in the armchair near them with my own plate and start eating. Shoyuta looks at me before saying, You are a child. You're just too serious at the wrong times. After dinner, I cleaned up plates, and I came back out to find the adults arguing over some bullshit. Shoyuta, you can't kick us out? Yeah, you'll get lonely. The two loud adults complain. Yes, I can. I need to discuss something serious with Izuku, and he is easily distracted. Yep, nope. Beach, I am not, I exclaim. Perfect example. Now leave before I hurt you both. Shoyuta glares the two down. I'm only saying this because I do not want more people getting bruises. Get out. His punches are painful, especially tonight. I'm not that petty, after all. Both of the adults pale before running out, leaving Shoyuta and me. Thanks, kid. I was only saving their lives and our eardrums. And maybe making sure we keep the apartment. I want to be able to hack to get money to pay for a place before we get kicked out. I'm willing to pay. It's the least I can do for the idiot in front of me. I could care less about the reasoning. Tomorrow morning, you will be talking to Nizu. Apparently, you're a genius in everything. Hence, he has to adjust your classes, so you actually learn something and not just gossip with Hizashi. Dang it, I was enjoying that too. I guess it's bound to happen when you can't sit still. You think? You can barely sit still for 5 seconds? Shuda's right because I'm already up again. I don't need to be reminded. I already know that I move around too much and junk like that. Izuku, you just happen to be overly hyper is all. I don't know how, but you are. Whatever. Shoyuta quickly moves on to seriousness. With you in my house now, you have to actually stay here. We will deal with the paperwork tomorrow after school to officiate it, so legal charges don't happen in case you blow up the world on your mom. You have to actually deal with me now instead of just wandering off whenever. I think you mean the other way around. Shoyuta grabs my shoulder, forcing me to look at him. You aren't as bad as you believe. Sure, you're hyper and pull pranks, but it's not like you're stealing or something like that. I mean, I've hacked the government. I think that's equally bad, but I won't say that. That's funny. No need to lie, Shoyuda. I feel him tighten his grip, and I look up again. He is not a happy hot man. Izuku, you are the most capable in your class. You might understand one day if you open your mind and look around. Too ignorant to see the world like that. Do you have anything else to tell me, or is it bedtime? Not that I believe in bedtime. Shoyuda lets go with a sigh, thinking for a moment. Oh, you're going to start working out in the mornings with me. That's surprising. Maybe for the wrong reason for me. You work out in the mornings? Isn't sleep more valuable? I have to stay in shape somehow, and mornings are the only free time I have anymore. Hold up, but you teach in the mornings. Do you mean early mornings? Yes? My God, this man has no free time. No wonder he looks so dead inside. Anyway, you're joining me so I can make you burn some of your overloaded energy. Okay, I seriously don't think I'm that bad. Izuku, that is saying a ton because you are the most hyperactive student I have had to teach yet. Maybe all the other students are just always tired. Shoyuda glares at me. I know I can be hyper, but I'm not hyperactive. Think. He sighs before shaking his head. It is bedtime, kid. Be up by 4, we leave at 4:15 to work out. Good night. Shoyuda grumbles as he leaves. Good night. Secretly, I am thinking all hell is going to break loose. 4 is too early for that BS. At that time, I'm building sheet. Not running. Okay, so Shoyuda got lucky this morning because I've actually slept 2 hours, and I have been up since 2 this morning working on something. But because I've come up with a fantastic new idea for my suit. What happened was I was dreaming that I was flying, but it's not like my booties that stay on the ground. I'm in the air. This wakes me up, and I realize that I need to go into the air. I need to fly. With this in mind, I go into my deep thinking, pulling out my notebook and laptop until I find the perfect solution once I start looking over my anime list. A lot of my ideas are replicas from there, after all. That is when I found it. The Attack on Titan mobility gear. If you have never watched the show, go watch it. It involves a bunch of BLD, and it's perfect for some vampires. Either way, the mobility gear is meant for quick movement all around using grappling hooks and compressed gas canisters. The only thing I will be excluding is the swords that are with it, replacing it with my own as they are sharper than in the show. It will attach to my belt with a ton of other ropes, or else them beaches are going to fall off. The only downfall is the gas canisters, meaning I have to limit the use a little bit, but I have solutions in places. The great news is the anime provides a great idea of how it works, thus why I will be able to work on it after school today. I was writing down my thoughts when I hear a knock before the door opening, revealing a tired Shoyuda. Kid, how long have you been awake? Shoyuda asks tiredly. How is he awake? He's going to pass out at any moment. Also, wrong question. I need little to no sleep to be as hyper as I am. A couple hours, I came up with a great idea for mobility, I say excitedly. Still, I use a calm voice as I know he probably doesn't want to hear me screaming already. Shoyuda sighs. Get dressed and be out within 5 minutes. You better not pass out during class. He mumbles. Not like I can. I don't need sleep. I quickly get dressed and meet him out there, ready to go. Shoyuda is prepared to go. He has workout clothes on with his hair up in a ponytail, showing off his jawline well. He already has stubble showing again. I can see why he does not shave. That has got to be inconvenient. I sadly have a clean boy face, so I can't grow a badass green beard. Usually I would be talking, but I actually feel sorry for him, so I'm quiet. He nods in approval as we both get our shoes on quietly. He steps outside before running off. Thank God I'm decent shape because I caught up with him easily and stay side by side to him. We enjoy the darkness without a word. Then we arrive at the beach, surprising me a bit. Neither of us broke a sweat. He leads me to the edge of the water, where it doesn't touch us. All right, stretches first. Just follow my lead and shut up. Shoyuda states as he starts stretching. I follow, but doing the opposite of the second command. No offense, but you were asking for it. I've been quiet the whole time. I complain. So Izuku is still there? Good, I thought someone took over your body. I glare at him. I was being respectful because I thought you would not want me to talk. I thought so too. Then I realized that it's creepy. You can go back to being quiet now. I'm only going quiet for my own reasoning, not for your demon butt. May I ask why? I flip him off, receiving a snicker. Either way, we work on the beach for an hour quietly. I'm enjoying the sound of the waves, hence why I'm willing to be quiet instead of pissing off Shuda. Today, class, you will be choosing your class representative. Please try to choose somebody reasonable. Do whatever you want, but I'm taking a nap. Shuda states as he moves to the corner in his sleeping bag and passes out. I don't get how he does it. Teach me the ways. On second thought, I don't want to be sleeping on that dirty butt floor. Anyway, everyone starts raising their hand, saying they want to be the class representative. Pick me. Hey, I want to be the class representative. Me too. Vote me class representative, and I will make sure that girls wear skirts 30 centimeters above the knee. I swear I hear a slap from one of the girls. Demon great boy. I decided to put my 2 cents in, shutting the whole class up. I couldn't give 2 f's about who is the class representative. Just start a democratic vote for goddamn sake. Just know that if anyone votes for the DMN pervert, I will start drinking again tonight. I state. Everyone looks at me, surprised. Well, except Bakugo. Stop being overdramatic, Deku. He growls at me. F him. It is not overdramatic if it is the truth. Kaken, I sing his nickname. Do not call me that, Deku. I hear the explosions in his hands. Do not effing call me Deku then, Kaken. Ida decides to force himself in to try and shut us up. Izuku, no cursing or drinking. Bakugo, no quirk use. Now, I will say I agree with Izuku when he says we should vote democratically. I'm starting to consider drinking now. Too bad, I see Shuda glaring me down from his sleeping bag with his stupid quirk on to try and scare me. The only things that scare me are cockroaches and germs. Beach. Try harder. I can vaguely hear Bakugo screaming, but he shuts up quickly before he attacks anybody. Kirishima, however, brings up an interesting point. We barely know each other, how are we supposed to vote like that? That is how Americans vote. There is a reason they have an increasing trillion-dollar debt. We're just a class, how bad could it be? Anyway, whoever gets multiple votes obviously has something. This seems to settle everyone down. Well, alright then. Let's get this bullshit over with, class. Alright, so here's the thing. I was initially going to vote for Ida, but I decided against it. He would gain more of a reason to complain about my multitude of problems. I'm not willing to deal with it. So what was my second choice? Yaoyorozu Momo. This is probably interesting because, based on first looks, our personalities clash like War World. However, I'm willing to respect the fact that she is a genius, and I know this because of her quirk creation. From what I have seen, she can create any non-living object as long as she has some weight to sacrifice and some skin showing. I feel sorry she's in class with Great Boy because her costume is the most revealing in the class. Anyway, in addition, she has to know how every object is made. For example, if she wanted to make a sword, she would need to know the components. Based on her match yesterday, she knows how to create a ton of things. That takes a ton of memorizing, similar to how I remember programs. I can also tell she is a natural-born leader, making her my vote as a class representative. Yaoyorozu did get class representative. However, how in the hell did I get vice class representative? I scream, waking Shuda from his slumber. He said, "Too bad the students cut him off before he could say anything. Thank you, class 1A. You can be nice, you get straight to the point, and you know what you're doing." Uraraka happily supplies. I'm like the second worst person to choose from, like, I am above my netta, and that is it? Hey, you helped us realize some harsh truths, even if your language is vulgar, Ida adds to Uraraka's statement. I sigh. Yaoyorozu Momo cuts me off. Momo, call me Momo since you go your given name anyway. Momo, you see where I'm coming from, yes? I look up at her because I'm short. She has to think a moment about that. I can see both sides. You have a bit of an extreme personality, so that could cause problems. However, you do possess knowledge of a point of view that the rest of us cannot understand. You also seem very smart based off your costume design and your hacking skills. You can say quirkless. I'm not going to be offended. I stated it pretty loud on the first day of class, after all. Y'all treat it like it is a racist term, and it's not. It's a cold, strong fact. That is exactly what I mean. It's going to be interesting working with you. That means this might not end well. Anything with the word interesting is bad. God is probably slamming his head in the clouds right now, but I think I can handle it since I'm not the major league character. This earns a couple of confused chuckles. Shuda gets up, done with this class. Yaoyorozu is class representative, and Izuku is vice. Izuku, stop cursing in class, along with joking about certain habits you had. Class dismissed. Izuku, please go see Nizu in his office now. God damn it. Normal people would be scared of a hypergenius bear, rat, dog thing. However, I'm excited. I guess it's curiosity taking over the ship at the moment. I knock on his office door that took too long to find. Come in. I hear a voice and enter. Somehow, the short rat has a large office, but I won't judge. Midoriya, I've been waiting for you. Come take a seat. I hope you did not have too much trouble finding the place. I walk over, take a seat, and lay back comfortably. First off, I refer to Izuku. Second off, yes, I did. I can break into government coding, but I can easily get lost within a block and end up 30 minutes away when the walk was only supposed to be 5 minutes. That is true. Nizu does not seem too surprised at how I'm speaking to him, though. I can get used to this. Something you should work on? Probably. Anyway, let's get this over with, Nizu. I swear I see a spark of interest in his eyes. Well, first off, let me say congratulations on being the first quirkless student to get into UA. It was interesting seeing a kid break the whole exam. However, you are an interesting kid in general. Through all the pop quizzes, you scored perfect scores. We normally make them extremely strong to see where students are at, but you pass through them like they're nothing. That's what happens when you have too much free time. I would like to send you to classes that would benefit you more. The main class you will be taking is the support class. I noticed how well your support items are built, so I believe you would like plenty of time to work on whatever you want and experiment. There are probably lights in my eyes now that covers only one class. You still have 3 more spaces. I had to think about this, but I decided that you would best fit as my personal student. Thank God I had nothing to drink. Hold the phone, what? Nizu chuckles at my reaction. You see, I have been looking for a personal student for a while to pass down my teachings to. You seem to be the perfect candidate. A psychotic kid is your perfect candidate? I know about your past with Aizawa. The drinking and the smoking habits that you kicked, which is impressive for someone your age. Impressive that I started at that age or impressive that I stopped? Time to test my limits. I think we both know where I was going with that, Izuku. Oddly, you're acting stupid even though you have already proved to possibly be a genius. They are more like to kidnap a smart person over a dumb person. It's just part of the act mixed in with who I actually am. Quirkless get aimed at because we are believed to be inferior in society, the weaklings in society. People go out of their way to kill us, even though I have multiple theories of what is going to happen. Oh, please do tell. Quirkless are always going to be a part of society no matter what. A quirkless person can be born from parents with a quirk. Are they going to continue to die in ridiculous ways? Yes, but they are still going to be around. A certain amount of the population is going to remain quirkless, whether it be just because or if it's for any sort of advancement. Without quirks, I could have left this hellhole of a planet by now and be living on Mars. Quirks slowed down technology advancements tremendously. What makes you say that a certain amount of the population is going to remain quirkless? For that, we are going to look at another ability of humans. Handiness. Over the years, the percent of people left-handed has always remained the same. We don't know why it just has. It could be for competition or just because, like with the quirks, but it's there. We probably will never know the reasoning, but it's there just like how the quirkless will always be there. Nizu lays back in his chair, thinking. That is an interesting theory. That just proves you are my new personal student, Demon it. Nizu is not a bad teacher or anything, but Demon. He can ramble. They invented summaries for a reason, right? I'm surprised he can deal with me for 3 classes. Actually, I think Nizu is the first person to have aggravated me in that way, so good job, Rat. You made the impossible possible. Anyway, I'm finally free, and I go to my final new class, support. I'm excited because support is basically what I do. I enter the room, and it's a technology wonderland. I have nothing compared to this room. Oh, you must be Izuku, correct? I turn to my right to find Power Loader approaching me. Power Loader has a unique costume. He has a massive helmet with gloves to complement his quirk. He stands out well. Thank God he has a shirt on. I nod. I have to give you a safety test first. It's to make sure you won't get injured or explode the whole lab like a certain someone here, Power Loader states, increasing his voice at the last part to make sure he is heard. Exploding the entire lab? That sounds like my type of person. Hold up, who is the person who explodes the lab? I ask with a broad smile on my face. Before the man can respond, a girl with bright pink hair dashes over to me. Hi, I'm Hatsume. Are you the new student? She is a bit out there, but she matches my personality well. Yes, Izuku. Anyway, let me take this safety test first before we explode the building. Yeah, this is my kind of partner here. Turns out, I'm really good at knowing the safety rules. I'm shit at following them. Right now, it's free time to do whatever we want, and I quickly realize that Hatsum is the perfect help for me. I show her my idea about the mobility gear, and we set to work on that when she brings up another detail. Hey, Izuku, how about we add something to your shoes so that in case you fall, you won't get hurt? That would be immensely helpful. I actually want to add something else to my shoes. Is there any way to include something to help me jump higher? Maybe springs? Oh yes, that is perfect. I have the perfect thing for you to add to your suit, also for style and work. I see Hatsum run over, going to a closet before pulling out a black Eltitshirt jacket with a white furred hood on the inside. Diamond, stylish girl. I'm going to assume this is a basic. We can sew in hidden pockets on the inside, correct? Maybe a couple of holders for throwing knives as well? Yep. Except I think we should dye the fur green for style to match your bow tie. Alright, let's do this. Hatsum and I get to work. I never worked with someone as efficiently as I'm with this girl. It's weird but cool. By the time lunch comes around, Power Loader has to kick us out. Thankfully, there are only a couple more things that need to be done before my costume is temporarily complete. I head to the cafeteria to find Uraraka and Ida after I grab my food and sit down with them. What up, beaches? I say with a grin on my face. Ida, obviously, does not approve. Where have you been and what did you do to get yourself removed from class so long? Ida exclaims. I leaned over to dramatize the whole thing. Simple, pass all the pop quizzes with perfect scores, and you get out of all the classes, placed in a support class, and become the rat's personal student. Both of them look at me, surprised. Uraraka smiles. I can't believe it. Seriously? Oh, if only you knew the troubles. He's smart and I can't outsmart the bear. You must be brilliant then, Izuku. Not that you are good at showing it. Ida states. I know. I act stupid on purpose because they are less likely to kidnap a stupid person over a smart person to come up with their plans as they are too lazy to come up with. Ida sighs at my cursing. It seems like he is getting the point. I'm not going to stop cursing. As we're eating with me over-dramatizing everything, the alarms go off. Ida informs us what is going on. That is a level that means someone broke into UA. I can see this sea of children panicking as they run, trying to get out to evacuate. There is no way in hell I am sacrificing myself. I walked over to the window calmly to see that it's just the DMN reporters trying to get their buttes in. Guys, it's just reporters. And people say I cause problems. This is just madness. I respond with a blunt voice for once. We have to tell the students. Uraraka says. I rather watch this pity party, but I can do this. I walk over onto a table, jumping on top and slamming my feet down, making as much noise as possible while screaming, Calm the F down and look over here, you dumb fucks. Thankfully, my voice is loud, and the students face me quickly. My throat is sore, but I guess I have to inform them more. It's just the Demon reporters. You are at the top school in Japan, and this is what you do? Pathetic. Everyone calmly walked to class without killing anybody. I yell to the students, coughing after the whole sentence. They can feel my wrath. The students start going to class calmly as I get down from the table. Ignoring anything Uraraka and Ida have to say, I walk to a janitor's closet, grab a wash rag, and walk back to the table I stood on and clean up. The two give me weird looks. What? I'm not going to let the table stay dirty. Too bad my voice sounds like death itself. I am actually surprised you were willing to do that. Ida responds. I curse, and I'm a cleaning addict as well. Let's just go. The three of us head to class, and I'm for once quiet because my voice is killing me. When we arrive, we are the last ones there and to go to our seats. Well, Ida and Uraraka head to their places. I, on the other hand, am going to do something that Showdown can't stop me from doing because he is not here. I go to the front of the class, facing them, and I see scared looks on their faces. God damn, just because I have a voice doesn't mean you have to act like I kicked a kitten. Don't do that, by the way, or else I will go after you. I'm here to announce something else before Aizawa can tell me hell no. I'm withdrawing from class vice representative because I'm unwilling to deal with your buttes. I'm replacing myself with Ida. Ida is more capable of this position than I will ever be because I would cause too much trouble anyway. Ida, don't make me FANG regret it. I'm just glad Momo is class representative, or we would all be squashed by the rule book. This causes a couple of chuckles as I head to my seat. Thank you very much, Izuku. You will not regret it, Ida says, saluting to me. We wait for Showdown to come in to continue class. Izuku, let's go. We're heading to Nizu's office. Showdown tells me. It's the end of the school day, and I was forced to stay after school because of Showdown. Now I am going to the principal's office? This is hell. I've done nothing wrong. It's to deal with the custody stuff, Izuku. Hold up. Why is Nizu involved? To make our lives easier. Alright then. We arrive at the office and sit down across from Nizu. Nizu says, so you are here to gain partial guardianship of Izuku? Yes, sir. Without the whole conversation, can we get this over with? Showdown states bluntly. Dim and harsh. Of course. It was reasonably straightforward. Apparently, Mom had already signed everything earlier, so it just took a few signatures from Shuda's part. Interesting fact, I returned to Mom after the sports festival. That's going to be a fun-filled week. I'm officially Shuda's brat for some reason. We can officially do an episode of Strict Parents. Seriously though, it takes me a moment to get used to the news if I may be honest. That's a plot for you. Shows what kind of shit can happen to you. We step out of the room quietly as nobody wants to hear a lecture from Nizu about anything really. Are you okay? I can hear the worried tone in Shuda's voice. I snap out of the drab quickly, looking up with a smile to make him forget. Fine as dandy. I assume you have papers to grade? I feel a smack upside my head. OW. What the F was that for? Settle down, problem child, it wasn't even that strong. You don't hide your emotions like that. I will not question you now, but I will want answers later. Let's hope that the part of the script to reminds that is burnt. I was just thinking is all, you dramatic man. What? Nothing. Flex seal. You're needed. Just head to the teacher's lounge and say out of trouble. Oh, Showdown, you're so ignorant. Okay, so how do I keep a girl or guy interested in me after I tell them I'm quirkless without locking them in a sect dungeon? I ask. Just let them go. You will find the right one eventually. Nemuri replies. I managed to find some company in Nemuri, somebody I have yet to have some alone time with, so here we are. I have been asking for dating advice, and so far, I hate it. It takes too effing long. Come on. That is going to take forever. You could become a hoe. That is impossible when the greeting is, hi, what is your quirk? Besides, people consider me too cute to bang. Makeover. Now that might be worth considering. What kind? Right now, you have it. Babyface. You need to work with that to make yourself look hot. Right now, that green mess is not doing it for you. I will admit that it's long. It needs to be cut. True. What are you two talking about? I hear Showdown as he enters the room with Hizashi behind him. Oh, We were talking about me becoming a hoe, I say with a huge smile. Hisashi and Namuri break down laughing, and I hear a couple of other teachers joining in or watching. Not in my house. It won't be. It will be on the beach. Izuku, you aren't going to be having any one-night stands. I'm not saying that because I will stop you. I'm saying that because you are being dramatic. Ignored. If it makes you feel any better, I can date only guys, so I don't get a girl preggers. Shut up with the lies, kid. Even if you were going to try, nobody would take you. If someone did, I would stop you. Do you mean it? That hurts. It takes a moment for Hisashi and Namuri to recover. Hisashi says, Dadzuwa? I burst out laughing. Shoyuta growls. Don't give him any ideas dash, I cut him off. Dadzuwa. Dang it, you two. I'm salty with Power Loader right now. So Hatsum and I finished my mobility gear and even tested it to make sure it works. Now with tons of free time on our hands, this leaves us to create whatever our heart desires. This led to us working on what Hatsum wanted to work on, a literal robot suit for the sports festival. You see, she happens to be fantastic at advertising, but she needs a product to advertise at the festival. You should know where this is going. We built a prototype and decided to test it in the testing room with Hatsum wearing it because she is going to have to wear it eventually anyway. Well, we F'd up somewhere because the next thing we know, Hatsum is trapped in the suit that is locked in place. Yeah, that might need some work. As it turns out, you don't destroy the machine while a person is in it. Did she get out safe? Was Power Loader happy? No. Now, we're only allowed to work together after school or during lunch with Power Loader there to mother us. It wasn't even that bad. Life has been going great. I made great friends with a creature rat thing to practice analysis. I got Hatsum to help me rule the world. All Might has decided that ignoring me is the best treatment unless he wants to die. Then, I became great friends with Namuri and Hisashi. Finally, I live with Shoyuta. Speaking of Shoyuta, he seems to be in a better mood. Maybe because he's getting actual food in his system besides ramen noodles? I don't know. Or perhaps the fact his apartment looks like an apartment and not a trash bin. Yeah, he's in an actual living space now. Too bad, I might be kicked out soon for the stupidity I am about to perform. It's lunchtime, and Namuri, Hisashi, and I are ready to show the world what we are made of. Hisashi got the mic, and Namuri and I are in old clothing we managed to get by taking a YouTube sewing class to make them. We both have band-aids on from it. Action, present mic. Hisashi gives me a broad smile before putting some music on his directional mic around his neck. Thinking about it, I should upgrade it. No wonder he has neck problems. The beach is huge. Anyway, what song did we put on? My Heart Will Go On from the movie Titanic. The top floor of the cafeteria was closed off for a reason. You see, I have too much free time on my hands, so Namuri and I managed to find a choreograph to this song. We even managed to get Hisashi to sing it. Yes, the man can sing. He fakes his crappy but singing. Anywho, we arranged the table so that we have a whole dance floor right by the railing like in the movie. We even did the iconic part that looks like we're going to fly away from our troubles. However, due to the size difference, I had to get on her back to replicate the scene. I can see the smile on students' faces with their laughter echoing in the room. That job is done. With the music still going, we had one final part. I get off Namuri's back and run, jumping over the railing like the overdramatic beach I am. Do not worry, I land safely. However, before I can continue the routine, the music suddenly stops. Izuku! Oh shit! Izuku, run! Stay alive, freeze! I hear Hisashi and Namuri scream. I turn around to see my comrades tied up with ribbons. Then I see them aimed at me and I move quickly to the side. I see Shoyuta jumping over the FNG railing to go after me. Welp, time to blast off. I hope you enjoy our show. I scream as I run off, avoiding another pair of ribbons barely. I dashed out of the cafeteria, and I do what I believe everyone should do when a criminal is on the property. I get out of Shuda's sight for a moment. I slide into the bathroom despite my hatred for them, get in a stall, and jump on top of the toilet. The thing is, what kind of school shooter or criminal is going to run into the bathroom during a crisis? Nobody, thus making my plan pretty well thought out. The only problem now is I have no food. Well, at least I have a watch I can tinker with. Before that, I change out of the costume and back into the UA uniform. I make sure to get rid of the evidence by hiding the ensemble in the trash can. I might get it later. Time to waste my life away in a bathroom. Thankfully I got a text from my squad members. Mikey, we are FED, we're in the teacher's lounge right now, still tied up with Showdown watching us like a hawk. Womanizer, yeah, I think he is expecting you to save us. Divorce exists, yeah no. You guys are screwed unless I go knock him out. How are you texting? Womanizer, Showdown loosened it after I asked him if he was into bench. He was blushing. Divorce exists, he can blush? Womanizer, yeah, it's adorable. I think it's because Hizashi is here. Mikey, why would it matter if I am here or not? Divorce exists. If you only knew Sai, I already got rid of the evidence with the costume. I wish I got a picture of him blushing though for blackmail. Womanizer, great idea, let me do it again. Divorce exists, that my girl. Mikey, why is your username that? Divorce exists, because I would already be married if IT didn't exists. I'm single and lonely. Mikey, pat same. Divorce exists, Beach, you have somebody. You two are too ignorant to go out so you don't get excuses. Mikey, sorry D. Divorce exists, you are forgiven. Mikey, laughing face. Womanizer, he is taking a nap now. I think he is pretending, so don't come in here. Divorce exists, is he in a sleeping bag? Womanizer, yes, why? Divorce exists, curiosity. Anyway, how would you think Showdown would feel if I found some cigarettes and alcohol in the bathroom? It ain't the cheap sheet either. I only had the cheap sheet. Womanizer, bring it to us. Where did you find it? Mikey, we need some to survive the beast. Divorce exists, in the bathroom behind the toilet in the hallway right by the front office. Womanizer, was it closed? Divorce exists, yip yip. Mikey, Showdown just got up and left. Divorce exists, sheet, I shouldn't have said that. I need it. Let me tell you something. I, sadly, didn't find any of that in the bathroom, even if I needed it at that moment. I crawled out of the bathroom window and wandered to the teacher's lounge. First, I need bleach after that. Second, yep, it was all a trick. I used some pickaxes I borrowed previously from Hatsum because I thought something like this would happen, and I crawled up to the window of the teacher's lounge and crawled in. Showdown is gone, leaving Hizashi and Namuri tied up on the couch. They both looked at me with huge smiles. That was just cruel, Izuku. Namuri states as I unwrap them. Great. Now, we need to jump out the window and hide, I say quickly before jumping out the window, catching Namuri and Hizashi as they jump out. Hizashi looks at me as I hold him bridal style, shocked. DM, you're strong. I put him down gently. Good to know, but we need to run. We dash off into a forest UA has for some reason. I am alive, darlings. I scream as I slide into the classroom, raising one hand and hitting that sassy pose. Izuku, that was very immature what you did in the cafeteria. Ida demands with his chopping hands. What is immature, technically? Immature to one is mature to another. This shuts him up. I go to sit down, waiting for the demon to come in. Then, the moment he enters the door, he locks eyes with me before walking over to me and grabbing me by my jacket harshly. Class, after school. The man growls before letting me go. Time to do a 180 on his butt. I pull out a form and hand it to him. I had it authorized by Nizu. I see all life disappear from his eyes as he goes to his desk, sitting down and smashing his head. I get up to make sure he didn't get a concussion. Why? Showdown groans. He fully supports us taking over UA. You okay? Go sit down or else. I can hear the threat before stepping back to sit down. Don't do whatever this idiot does. I bite my tongue because that means the idiot facade is working. Anyway, we are going on a trip. You can wear your costumes but know you aren't used to them at this point, so just be warned. Don't waste time, move it. Showdown leaves the room. Maybe I should offer him alcohol after this. That might get me in trouble. Massage? Like IFING no. Anyway, I head to the locker room to change into my costume, and I can say I'm very excited. My new upgrades got improved, so now I have upgraded boots, the altitude jacket, and most vital, the mobility gear. Yasis. I will calm down. I wrap the belt around me. It's big but not heavy. Perfect for my use. It's already filled, so we are good there too. I head out to the buses. What with the addition, Izuku? I turn to see Uraraka walking up to me. Mobility gear so I can move very quickly. I don't have strength, so I need to make it up with speed. Smart. Everybody, please line up in alphabetical order. Ida demands. I look at the bus and realize that this is an open floor plan. I completely ignore him, getting on the bus first. Izuku, get back out here. The other students follow quickly after. By the time Ida gets on, he is the saddest man alive. This ruined my plan. Hey, at least I crushed your hopes and dreams now while they were still young. I say with a smile. I get ignored. Fine then, don't appreciate me. Flippy you. Izuku, no cursing. I feel neglected. The class chuckles. Shoyuta gets on last, glaring at me before sitting at the front, the bus taking off. Uraraka looks at me. I think you are dead. Aizawa-sensei seems done with you. Shuda, it's fine. He has not expelled me yet. I got approval from Nizu. How? I told him I would clean his office to the littlest details if he lets me do it. Seriously? I'm a clean person. I already did it while Nizu was arguing over the phone during our time. Idle chitter-chatter fills the bus until Azui catches my attention. Ring-a-ling, how may I help you? You know I'm a straightforward person by now, Karo? Yes. Oh geez, you are revealing my darkest sins. That was loud because that caught the attention of everyone. Tokoyami catches my attention for a moment. May the darkness be ever in your favor. Hardy, I wish. I might join you in your cult. Anyway, Azui? Tsuyu states with determination. I get a nod of approval. I notice how you seem to act stupid. However, we all know you are smart if you can hack whatever you want, and you build everything you use. You are also overdramatic even if no one pays attention, ribbit. Can I just say that I think the frog sounds are somewhat cute? Too bad, Bakugo tries to step in and ruin me. Deku always tries to be over the top no matter what. I swear he asks for people to beat him up. Might be into that or some sheet. Oh, bang off, you would beat me up anyway you bottom. If anything, that saved my life because people thought I was too weird to mess with except you because you're waiting for me to die so you can dance on my dead body. I pulled pranks to keep them away too. I take note that Shoyuta is looking back, but I ignore him. He might as well hear it. You seriously going there? You told me to take a swan dive off a roof and hope I get a quirk in my next life. If that doesn't tell you anything, what does? Maybe I need to try to get it through that wall-thick skull of yours? That could be karma going after you. I'm in a dark place at this point as I chuckle. I can see Bakugo getting peeved off, and the students are quiet, but I could not give a F at this point. Izuku, come up here. I hear Shoyuta ask. I'm afraid Bakugo is going to attack me. No offense, but I don't want to die to a chihuahua. We have to be close anyway, yes? As if on cue, I hear explosions and the bus stops. The class seems to snap out of it with my chihuahua comment and Bakugo yelling like a caveman. Everyone steps off, arriving at this vast place. Holy smokes! Is this Japan Disney? Kaminari asks. My FING reaction. You boy are my son now. Yes. I can see Shoyuta shaking his head. We step inside and it really is Japan Disney. However, something feels off to me as we enter. Over the years, I have developed a keen sense of when something is wrong because of bullies. I see 13 in front of us, talking about the USJ is for practicing rescue, but it still feels off. I press the button on the side of my helmet to trigger heat sight. There are people everywhere. They are strange positions like it is an ambush. I cut off 13. Aizawa, are there supposed to be people everywhere? Silence at first. Then, a mist appears in the center with people coming out. Shoyuta looks at me. No, this is a villain attack. Students, stay back and run. 13, protect the students. Shoyuta states, walking in front of the students. We start heading back, but the same mist is in front of us again. Sorry to interrupt, but we are here for something. We are the League of Villains, and our goal is to kill All Might. I can't help but burst out laughing, throwing the man off guard. This is another advantage to my personality, and I need to use it. Is something funny, child? Yes, your League of Villains literally sounds like a ripoff to the League of Legends game that is always advertised. However, you can take All Might. I deny he will be easy, but I can support that. He is a donkey. Izuku! The whole class exclaims. Interesting. With our goal, would you join? Depends, what is the benefits plan? I can see the students staring wide-eyed as Shuda moves to attack the center. I know for a fact that this guy has to be our main trouble. Benefits plan? Yeah, like what are the benefits of me joining? Well, what can you provide for our group? I would say technology. Just throw some metal and wires at me, and I can build something. We can do that, Dean. This mist guy and I might get along, and that is scary. What if I want specific materials? We will provide the best we can. Who is the leader? The man with the hand on his face. I turned around to see what he is talking about. He is scratching at his neck as he is watching. I can tell he is watching. Showdown looking for something. Must be detail-oriented. How about a deal? Depending on how well you do in this, I will decide when you are leaving whether to join or not. However, I will be fighting on the student side. I smirk through my mask. Deal, now time for my actual job. Wait, that mist stops a moment. Can I have a name before you take me to your torture chamber? I'm sorry, I seem to have forgotten. I'm Kurogiri, second in command of the League of Villains. Now, it is time for you to go. The mist wraps around the majority of us, and all I see is what my soul presumably looks like, which is darkness. The next moment, I'm in water drowning. It doesn't help that there are water villains all around me. I force myself to calm down as I swim to the right to avoid an attack, pulling out my swords while swimming upwards. Then, I feel something wrap around my waist and lift me out of the water before throwing me on a boat. I hack up some water before opening my eyes, seeing Tsu and Defenji Mineta. I'm going to assume you saved me, Tsu? I receive a nod, thank you. Now, update? A panicked Mineta gives me the update. We are surrounded and screwed, and the boat is sinking and dash. I get it. I stand up, walking over the edge. Based off of Tsu being here, there is no way they know our quirks. If they did, they're stupid. Why does that matter? We should wait for the heroes to get here. None of yous are useful, especially you quirkless kid. Strong blow. We should wait for death to get here too, but I'm going to assume you aren't up for that? This shuts Mineta up. I have a way with words. Good news, I have a solution. Bad news, I want to throw you in the water, so be quiet. Tsu, I know Mineta is a pervert, but can you carry him out with a jump after I do some business down below? I'll pay you back later. Sure, Karo. Here's the thing. This is probably a zone where I have the most significant advantage. I pull out my electric batons, putting one of them on a mode that would make people pass out but not kill them. The only way for someone to die in this solution is if they drown, and that's not my problem. I added a new feature that makes me not sacrifice this one. I press a button over the adjustment settings as I walk to the edge. The baton pops out of the handle and flies into the water, electrocuting all the people in the water. I then press the button again to reel it back, turning off the electricity. I made a hybrid between a baton and a WHP with this. I realized I had no advantage in long range. Thus, a WHP baton has been born. It's only 15 feet, 4.6 meters, but that works for me. The wire it's attached to is electrified too. I see the bodies float on top of the water. I turn back around to see two frightened faces. Don't worry, they aren't dead. They are only dead if they drown. I think this provides no comfort. Time to jump. You can land in the water if you need to, you're safe there. Tsu grabs Mineta with her tongue before jumping off the boat. Time to test the mobility gear. Hopefully they aren't fed up from the water, but I did make sure they were waterproof as much as possible, so we should be fine. I launch the grappling hook on the roof and swing quickly before dropping the hook and landing on the shoreline with a massive smile on my face next to Tsu and Mineta. It works. Now, we are at the edge of the center where Showdown is fighting, And I can tell he is taking a beating. Whenever Shoyuda uses his quirk erasure, his hair flies up like a badass. However, it's a clear indicator that I'm surprised he has done nothing about because that can be taken advantage of. I notice some skin on his arm looks destroyed, showing muscle? That has to be a quirk. I would step in, but I'll believe in his abilities for now. We need to get out, or we will become a distraction, I state, the two students nodding as we slip past the fight and go to the entranceway, finding a destroyed body of 13, but they are alive. I see a couple of students crying. Based off how it looks, I can only think of one way for this to happen. Did Kurogyari do something here? I get a nod from Uraraka, her shaking as she sits beside 13. You see, most would think Kurogyari's quirk is purely teleportation, but if you can get creative, you can leave a half body of a hero right in front of you. Did we at least get someone out of here to get help? Why yeah, Aida. Quickest guy in the class, smart. I nod. Suddenly I hear a scream. I turn around and see Shoyuda pinned by some giant bluebird thing. No. Hell no. It broke his arm in half. No. I'm not going to make Shoyuda suffer whatever that is. Ignoring everything around me, I dash forward and fly with my mobility gear, using the roof once again to throw myself across. Another scream echoes from him. The other arm is broken. I growl. Hurry up. While approaching, I pull out a sword and my baton. I know for a fact that even on the highest setting, it would probably take the electricity no problem. I turn on the baton at the highest setting before slamming it on my sword to make it conduct electricity. I needed to inflict pain, and I needed to flinch to get away from Shoyuda. Turning off the baton and putting it away, I grab the sword tightly in both hands. I have one chance at this. I can't F this up. I let the wires drop from the roof as I approach. With the way the monster is positioned, it's going to land in the head with its exposed brain. I'm sorry, Shoyuda. I am so FING sorry. I hope you can forgive me for this. I slam the sword through the fucker's brain. It screams in agony as it lets go out Shoyuda, stumbling back. I twist the sword, causing the thing to fall as I pull the sword out, allowing the BLD to splash on me. It's still breathing, but I can see the look in its eye. It follows directions like an obedient soldier, not caring about the consequences. It is regenerating right now. Well, the creature understands the consequences. The people in control don't. I pull out my unused baton, using the actual highest setting. This setting should be illegal, but I never put it on the information sheet for support gear. I press the adjustment button down and slide it back, showing the true highest setting. It's strong enough to light New York City up for a minute. I shouldn't be touched after that for a while. I slam the baton into its head, the creature pulsating as it slowly burns. I step back, everybody watching as the baton loses energy, leaving the beast. So it is dead. It's not regenerating anymore as I step in front of Shoyuda to protect him. I take note of the BLD from his broken arms, and the skin gone from one of his arms. I can hear him trying to catch my attention, but I ignore him. I look up at the hand boy with a sinister look on my face. The BLD should be helping the image. Who's next? I ask. The guy with a hand on his face scratches at his neck furiously. How did a kid figure out its weakness so quickly? It hasn't even reached All Might. What kind of level is this? I laugh out loud despite the grim mood, swearing I feel the temperature in the room drop a few degrees. You put it on hardcore mode the moment you banged up Eraserhead, I growl. I notice Kurogyari beside him finally speaking up. This is the kid who is considering joining us. I can hear coughing from behind me. Sorry, Shoyuda, part of the act. I'm hoping someone grows some ball and arrives to get him out of here. Seriously? Well, you might make a good asset if you can defeat the Nomal. I chuckle. All the guys in the water. By the way, if anybody drowns, not my fault. Your fault for attacking here. Second, a kid beat Nomal. This shows how weak your group is. That is a no. You brat. This is more like a secret level that you have to glitch in to win. The hand dude screams before running at me. I grin psychotically from under my mask. I pull out my only available baton and light it up. When he approaches, I activate the mobility gear, fly above him without the wires, land behind him, and press WHP mode. It crashes on his back and knocks him out. Pathetic. I face Kurogyri. Is this the easy level? I joke with a harsh tone as I reel the baton back, turning it off because that is the end beside random villains probably. Get him out of my sight or I will end him too for the greater good. I see the mist disappear a moment. Then, it appears to grab the knocked out man before disappearing. I put the baton back, realizing I'm trembling from adrenaline. I am here. I hear an announcement, looking up to see All Might. I rip off my mask and glare him down. 2F late. I scream at him in anger before walking over to Shuda. No one picked him up. Damn it. The sight forces me to shove down the bile in my throat. I need to do this for him. I can't back down now. I sigh before ripping off my Eltitcher sleeves to temporary casts for the broken him. I can smell the BLD on me, not helping with the situation. Taking a deep breath in an attempt to calm down, I lift him bridal style to carry him. I notice him looking up at me. Izuku, Tim, he sounds like sheet, and I think you hate it. Shut the F up. Save your energy, de. I state as I carry him up the stairs. All Might appears in front of me. He is not smiling. Young Midoriya, let me take him. He holds his hands out. I walk around him. I'm not letting anybody but the paramedics touch him. Take care of the students. I got him, not that I would let you take him anyway. I snarl as I step outside, seeing most of the students have evacuated. They notice me and are about to approach, but I stop them with a single look. Nobody tries to move after that. Thank God an ambulance is already here. As I am walking, I feel a light tug on my tie. You're supposed to do that with Hisashi, not me, I say in an attempt to lighten the situation. However, even I am aware that the spark isn't there. Are you okay? He asks, but he is slurring. Just shut up, Diamant. Worry about yourself for once. Problem child. He is slurring too much. Go home, you're drunk, Dadzawa. You know I'm capable of walking, right? You don't have just broken arms, dumbass. You've lost a lot of BLD. I will visit you in the medical wing as soon as possible. Or you visit me in jail, one of the two. Wait, I can escape that place. Showdown doesn't get another word in as the ambulance loads him and takes him to Recovery Girl. I don't bother watching it go away as I get on the bus, trying to ignore the smell of BLD surrounding me.